The next stop on the Gladiators' longest road trip of the year brings them to Central Florida, to Kia Center, home of the Orlando Solar Bears, as Atlanta meets Orlando for the first time since late October. Good evening, everyone, or I should say good afternoon, everyone. Guy Chiarenza here from Central Florida, right here at Kia Center, as the Gladiators and the Solar Bears get set for battle. For the Gladiators is the second stop out of 4 on this 7-game road trip, their longest of the season. Began Friday night in North Charleston against the Stingrays, which ultimately ended up being a 3-2 loss for the Gladiators in overtime. They look to bounce back again here today against the Solar Bears, a team that they have not seen since October 23rd. Atlanta comes into the matchup with a record of 23-9-1 on the season. 47 points has them sitting in third place in the South Division. Had a chance to snatch the second place spot out of South Carolina's hands on Friday night, but just came up short in overtime. For Orlando, they have won their last 3. They are 15-19, 4-1. With 35 points on the season, they are 5th place in the South Division. And there was a moment in time where didn't think we'd be saying that about the Orlando Solar Bears. After a disastrous 1-12 start, they have found their way back, and they are still on the outside looking in on the playoff picture, but they are looking to make some noise here, starting a Sunday afternoon affair against these Gladiators. It is the second of 7 meetings between these two clubs this season. You can think all the way back to October. The Gladiators won the first meeting 5-3 in this building, and it is largely due in part to a massive performance from Kalen Lind, who is celebrating his 21st birthday here today. So congratulations to Kalen. He had a 4-assist performance on October 23rd, and what was ultimately a 5-3 Gladiators victory. Look for some more of that, some more birthday magic here today against the Solar Bears, a team that, again, is on the outside looking in, has been surging as of late with wins over Idaho and Iowa. For the Gladiators, in their last battle, they fell narrowly in overtime to the Stingrays at North Charleston Coliseum. Final score 3-2 in overtime. Atlanta struck first late in the first period. Isaac Walters scores his team-tying leading 14th goal of the season from Chad Nychuk to make it 1-0 after 1, but the Stingrays strike twice in the second period with goals from Ludwig Persson and Patrick Guzzo to take a 2-1 lead before Chad Nychuk got the Gladiators back on the board to tie the game up at 2 about midway through the third period. And the Gladiators fought hard in overtime with both teams getting chances with possession in the extra frame, but did end up losing in OT as John Fusco buried the overtime winner to give the Stingrays the extra point. And that is something that hadn't really been happening for the Gladiators all this season. It seemed like game in and game out, it was either you win or you lose. There was no loser point losing in overtime. The Gladiators, prior to Friday night's matchup, were 5-0 in overtime. Now they're 5-1, but they do pick up a point in the critical playoff race in the South. Still chasing Florida, who we'll see later this week, and South Carolina, who currently sits in second. But for Isaac Walter, it was another big day. Now has a goal and 1 assist in his last 2. But how about Chad Nychuk? 1 goal and 1 assist in that performance on Friday. His 9th multi-point game of the season. That leads the team. And Kalen Lind picked up an assist as he notched an apple in his first game back from Milwaukee. Jack Mateer also picked up an assist as well for the Gladiators on Nychuk's tying goal. And TJ Septenfelter stopped 25 of 28 in the loss. The Gladiators fought hard, they played well, but they ultimately just lost to a South Carolina team that got the better of them in extra time. We'll see if the Gladiators can right the ship here today against Orlando here at Kia Center. Look at the special teams battle back from Friday. We'll keep an eye on that tonight as well, as the Gladiators went 0 for 4 on the power play, but got right on the right side up of things on the penalty kill, going 3 for 3 on the Beaver Toyota Mazda penalty kill. And I'm going to watch this power play very carefully for this Gladiators team here today. Feels like this Gladiators team is due for a big game on the power play, and I have a feeling that either today or tomorrow against these Solar Bears could be that day. Orlando's penalty kill right about middle of the pack, 81.8%, 16th best in the ECHL right now. It feels like the Gladiators can get some chances on the power play today. They might have a shot to break the schneid on the man advantage. As for Atlanta, had some good things going for them on the power play on Friday in South Carolina. Just couldn't find a way to score on it. We'll see if they can bury one on the man advantage here today against Orlando, who does have the 3rd best power play in the ECHL. So the Gladiators, with a good night on the penalty kill on Friday, look to back that up against the 3rd best unit on the man advantage in Orlando this season, operating at 21.1% entering today's game. For the Gladiators, their power play operates at 18.1%. That is 20th in the ECHL. And for the Gladiators, in terms of their power play, it's been an up and down battle this year with it, as at times it's looked really good, and at other times the well has run dry. And this has been one of those times. For the Gladiators, it is just one power play goal in their last 5 games. So we'll see if they can get back to scoring on the man advantage here today against a middle-of-the-pack Orlando penalty kill. We will keep an eye on those special teams and that special teams battle as the afternoon rolls on. But as for Orlando, they are coming off of a 3-1 win against Iowa on Friday in this building. Iowa struck first, but Solar Bears scored 3 straight to win that contest as Logan Britt had a goal and an assist in that contest. Watch out for him here today as the defenseman for Orlando, with a goal and an assist on Friday, now leads the team's defenseman in scoring this season. As we'll have to watch out for number 6 in purple here today, as Britt has 2 goals and 11 assists for 13 points in 35 games for Orlando. Aaron Luchuk got on the board as well. Similar stat line, 1 goal and 1 assist for him. He has been the hot hand as of late for the Solar Bears. His number 91 in purple has 2 goals and 5 assists in his last 3 for a point streak. Gladiators will look to contain him and shut him down here today. Dylan Gill had the 3rd goal for Orlando in their 3-1 victory over Iowa. And Jack Adams snapped a 5-game scoring drought with 2 assists in that win over the Heartlanders, as John Gillies, who got the start on Friday, will start today here for the Solar Bears as well. Stopped 24 of 25, and today he'll be making his 25th start of the season. That is the leader in the clubhouse throughout the entire ECHL. So we talked about the Gladiators special teams battle on Friday. Here's how it shook down for Orlando against the Heartlanders, as the Solar Bears went 0 for 4 on the power play and 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. So both teams are coming off of good performances on the PK on Friday, looking for a little bit more from their power plays here today. We'll watch that internal battle as the matchup goes on here from Kia Center. It is the best defensive team in the ECHL going up against the 5th lowest scoring team in the entire league. We'll break it all down on the other side of the break with the keys to the game presented by Beaver, Toyota, and Mazda. And we'll also get to our starting lineups here today in Orlando as the Gladiators meet the Solar Bears for the first out of 2 here today and tomorrow as the road trip rolls on. We are back after this to Kia Center from our ECHL partners.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Gladiators and Solar Bears doing battle here today for the 2nd time out of 7 meetings this season, and is the first meeting between these two clubs since all the way back at the end of October, what was a 5-3 Gladiators victory. Kalen Lind had 4 assists that day, tying the team lead for most points in a single game. and most assists in one game for any Gladiator this year in that contest. Look to back it up on his 21st birthday here today, as the Gladiators look to get back in the win column after losing to the Stingrays on Friday night 3-2 in overtime. The Gladiators do have points in each of their last 3 games as they come into this matchup with a record of 23-9-1, going up against Orlando, who is at 15-19-4-1 for 5th place in the South Division. And the thing for the Solar Bears is they had a disastrous start to the season. Things could not have gone much worse for the Solar Bears. Ended up starting 1-12, featuring an 11-game losing streak. But since then, Orlando has gone 14-7-4-1, and they have won their last 3 games. So they're currently sitting at 5th place in the division, and they're just 4 points back of 4th place Savannah. But the problem for Orlando is they have played the most games out of any team in the division. This is their 40th game of the season here today. For the Gladiators, on the flip side, there's plenty of room to roam. Their schedule is about to get a lot heavier, as they have played the least amount of games out of any team in the ECHL to this point, as this is game number 34 on the season for the Gladiators. So you talk about games in hand, and you talk about winning games, especially within the division. This is one of those instances where the Gladiators need to find a way to pick up points here, especially on the road. The Gladiators have been a dominant home team this season, 14-3 at Gas South Arena. We know the Gladiators know how to treat their fans well. They know how to win on home ice. But 9-6-1 on the road, this is a chance for the Gladiators to establish themselves as a good road team this season and pick up points away from home as they continue to climb the ranks of the South Division here, as the playoff picture comes into shape as we are close to the midway point of the season. Orlando is 7-9-2 at Kia Center this season. The Gladiators look to give them one more loss in that column here today, as they look to pick up win number 24 on the season. All right, let's get to the keys to the game, presented by Beaver, Toyota, and Mazda, with our head coach, Matt Ginn. Key number 1 is to manage the puck. You haven't seen Orlando in a long, long time, but you have to think that you always want to keep the puck in your own hands, and you don't want to cough it up to the other team. This is an Orlando team that does have some bruisers on the roster. They do have some big boys in their lineup. The Gladiators need to find a way to keep the puck in their own hands and make smart decisions. Key number 1 is to manage the puck. Key number 2 is time and space. There were times in that South Carolina game on Friday where it felt like the Gladiators were a little bit too jumpy, didn't realize how much time and space that they had. Need to find a way to slow the game down, pick their heads up, and use time and space to their advantage. That is key number 2. And key number 3 is to play connected. The Gladiators, when they're communicating, they're looking up, they're seeing plays develop in real time. That is when they are at their best. It's going to take a full team effort to beat this Orlando Solar Bears team. And some might even call this game a trap game. You can't overlook the Orlando Solar Bears here today. Play connected, play Gladiator hockey, and you skate out of the building with 2 points in your back pocket. And so those are the keys to the game, presented by Beaver, Toyota, and Mazda, with our head coach, Matt Ginn. With that, let's get to the starting lineups here today between the Gladiators and the Solar Bears. We'll start with Orlando, who will send out their big guns to start the game, starting with number 91 at left wing, Aaron Luchuk, standing at 5'10", 185. The native of Kingston, Ontario, has had a great start to this season, but been playing some of his best hockey as of late, as Luchuk has 2 goals and 5 assists in his last 3, including a goal and an assist on Friday in a 3-1 win over the Heartlanders. Starting down the middle is number 25, Milo Rowland, standing at 6'7", 217 pounds. The prospect of the Tampa Bay Lightning was reassigned to Orlando earlier in the week. Rowlands this season, when he's been with the Solar Bears, has been good. 11 goals, 7 assists for 18 points in 30 games. Getting the start at right wing is number 90, Jack Adams, standing at 6'6", 209, native of Boxford, Massachusetts, has 9 goals and 16 assists for 25 points in 31 games. Had been quiet as of late until that Iowa game where he had 2 assists in the contest, snapping a 5-game scoreless streak. Adams on the season has 9 goals and 16 assists for 25 points in 31 games. Getting the start on the back end for Orlando is the team leader in scoring amongst defensemen, number 6, Logan Britt, standing at 6'2", 190, native of Crystal Lake, Illinois. Spent last year with the Reading Royals. This year he is a Solar Bear, and he's had a good year so far in the back end, especially moving the puck. 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points in 35 games for Britt. He'll be paired up with number 27, Dylan Dylan Gill, the Tampa Bay Lightning prospect, standing at 6'3", 199. Gill, currently under contract with Tampa Bay, has 2 goals and 5 assists for 7 points in 33 games. And the starting netminder for the Solar Bears here today is none other than number 32, John Gillies, standing at 6'6", 240, native of Concord, New Hampshire. Spent last year the Cincinnati Cyclones and some time with the Solar Bears as well. He has been their main guy this season. In fact, he's making his 25th start of the season here today. 9-12-2 record, 2.99 goals against average, .902 save percentage, and 1 shutout. The Solar Bears season really has gone through John Gillies, making his 25th start here today. That is the league leader in starts to this point in the young season, which is not quite too young anymore, about its midway point for both squads. And so that is the starting lineup for Matt McDonald, the head coach and general manager of the Orlando Solar Bears. Assistant coach is Adam Dowda. As now we'll get to the starting lineup for your Atlanta Gladiators. They'll send out the birthday boy to start. Number 61 at left wing, it is Kalen Lind, standing at 6'1", 163 pounds, native of Swift Current, Saskatchewan. When he's been with the Gladiators, has been fantastic in his first year as a pro. 3 goals and 8 assists for 11 points in 18 games. Feels like the best is yet to come for Kalen Lind. He turns 21 here today, so happy birthday to Kalen. He gets the start at left wing. Getting the start down the middle, number 71, Joey Cipollone, standing at 5'11", 192, native of Purchase, New York, has 8 goals and 8 assists for 16 points in 33 games. Cipollone on the campaign has been a good death piece for the Gladiators this year, and he does have 2 goals and 4 assists in his last 8, although he has been scoreless in his last 2. See if Cipollone can get back on the stat sheet here today. Starting at right wing is number 86, Ryan Francis, standing at 5'9", 176, native of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Put on a show the last time the Gladiators were here in Orlando. Francis has 3 goals and 13 assists for 16 points in 33 games. That'll round out the starting forward line for the Gladiators here today in Orlando. Getting the start on the blue line is number 8, Ryan Conroy, standing at 5'9", 185, native of Chestermere, Alberta. Has 1 goal and 5 assists for 6 points in 32 games this season. He'll be paired up with number 74, Dylan Carabia, standing at 6'3", 200 pounds, native of Sebastian, Florida, back in his home state, has 1 assist in 12 games with the Gladiators this year. And getting the start between the pipes, number 31, Ethan Hyder, standing at 6'4", 190 pounds, native of Maple Grove, Minnesota. Will be making his 18th appearance of the season here today, his 17th start. Hyder this season has a record of 12-4, a 2.46 goals against average, and a .921 save percentage. He is currently under contract with the Gladiators' AHL affiliate, the Milwaukee Admirals. Our NHL affiliate is the Nashville Predators. The lineup basically the same for the Gladiators from Friday night to today here on Sunday afternoon. The only difference is Hyder gets the start. TJ Semptimphelter is the backup. Head coach and director of hockey operations is Matt Ginn. Assistant coach is Zach Fennell. Equipment manager is Ben Ellis, and our athletic trainer is Nick Nelson. As we are just about set for action here today in Orlando, here in sunny Central Florida. 84-degree day, a little bit windy, but you can't complain with an 84-degree day, especially with all the ice and potential snow hitting Atlanta as we are on the road. So we wish everybody well. We wish everybody is safe, happy, and warm, and enjoying some Gladiators hockey here on a Sunday afternoon in late January. This is the second game of the 7-game road trip for the Gladiators that began in North Charleston on Friday. Gladiators kicked off the road trip with a point. Can't argue against that. Not a bad way to start. You'd like to get the opening 2, but hey, 1 ain't too bad. So the Gladiators look to continue their point streak, which is 3 games here today in Orlando. So we're here in Orlando Sunday afternoon. We'll be back again in this building tomorrow night at the usual 7 p.m. time. And then the scene will shift to Estero for dates against the Everblades on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday before this road trip wraps up on Tuesday, February 3rd in Greensboro, where the Gladiators come right back home to take on the Florida Everblades for college night at Gas South Arena. So the Gladiators trying to pick up points on the road. They're going to have to do it in one of the toughest environments on the road in the ECHL, here at Kia Center, one of the nicest buildings, I will say, in the ECHL. Also home of the NBA's Orlando Magic. Fans are filing in. Going to be a tough place to play. Gladiators looking to snatch 2 points on the road from their division rivals, the Orlando Solar Bears. Gladiators are set to come out of the tunnel any moment from now. We'll see them in just a bit as we come back to the Gladiators pregame show on the other side of the break. Atlanta meets Orlando for the second time this season. We are back after this from our local partners.
It's game day and Bucky's ready for action. From the moment he pulls up, it's all smiles, high fives, and Beaver Toyota pride. A quick stop for snacks and he's game ready. The energy in the arena starts to build because when Beaver Toyota and the Gladiators team up, the fun and excitement never stop. Catch Bucky at the next Gladiators game or visit us anytime at beavertoyotacoming.com.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Kroger's same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and quality you'd find in-store, so you can catch more family time. We'll bring your groceries right to you, satisfaction guaranteed, so you can spend time on what matters most. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Things are heating up here in Central Florida. 84-degree day. Great day for hockey here in the South. Gladiators meet the Solar Bears are things they're sure to heat up in this rivalry as these two teams square off for the first time since late October. Solar Bears will be wearing their purple jerseys with orange trim and white numbers, set to come out of the tunnel any moment from now. The Gladiators coaching staff has shuffled their way onto their bench. Kia Center is one of those basketball venues. It is also the home of the Orlando Magic, so it is interesting to note that the tunnel to the Gladiators locker room does not connect to the bench. Coaching staff and players have to come out of tunnels on both of the corners to make their way onto the ice. So unfortunately, if there is an injury in this game and a guy needs to get off and then eventually return, he'll have to wait into a whistle. As again, this is one of those venues built primarily for basketball, and so the tunnels will be located on both of the corners. Gladiators head coach Matt Ginn has led his team to a very impressive 23-9-1 record to this point in the year, but their schedule is about to get a whole lot tougher. Starts here today in Orlando with back-to-back dates against the Solar Bears before they meet the Everblades on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Solar Bears coaching staff is Matt McDonald and assistant coach Adam Dowda, both in their first year behind the Solar Bears bench this season. As Orlando makes its way out of the tunnel for this matchup in the South. The Solar Bears are the ECHL affiliate of the AHL's Syracuse Crunch and the NHL's Tampa Bay Lightning. Gladiators have hit the ice wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers and Gladiator gold trim. They are the proud ECHL affiliate of the AHL's Milwaukee Admirals and the NHL's Nashville Predators. Gladiators at this point in the year are the best defensive team in the ECHL. The Gladiators only give up 2.06 goals against average per game this season. That is the best figure in the league. They're going up against a Solar Bears team that has struggled to score this year. The Solar Bears only average 2.56 goals for per game this year. That is the fourth lowest figure in the ECHL to this point. Gladiators wearing their white jerseys will skate from left to right to begin play here today. Solar Bears wearing those purple jerseys will skate from right to left as you see it on Flow Hockey. And we paint a picture for your mind's eye here in our YouTube audio feed. That'll do it for the pregame show here from Kia Center. Coming up next, the national anthem from Central Florida.
Fans, at this time we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your hats. Players and coaches as we honor America and all of the brave men and women Thank you to the Gladiators Elementary School Chorus.
We are all set and ready to go from sunny Orlando, Florida. It's a great day for hockey. We have it all for you here in the Gladiators Broadcast Network on Flow Hockey and YouTube. Guy Chiarenza with you here on this Sunday afternoon. Gladiators looking to pick up their first win of the road trip. This is their second game on it. 2 out of 7. Long way to go before the Gladiators get back home and look to find a way to pick up some wins along the way. Starting netminders here today, Ethan Hyder starts for Atlanta, making his 17th start of the season and his 18th appearance. Hyder this season has a record of 12-4, a 2.46 goals against average, and a .921 save percentage. Hyder stopped 22 of 23 and a 2-1 win against Greenville on Monday. Going up against John Gillies for Orlando. 9-12-2 the record, 2.99 goals against average, .902 save percentage. That is your goaltending duel here tonight as the puck is down in Orlando. Gladiators win the opening draw and dump it down. First man on it is Logan Britt for the Solar Bears. He'll toss it out to center where it's met at the red line by Carabia. He'll shuffle it in to the right of Gillies. Solar Bears hack it up the near side wall and out to the line where it cannot be kept by Carabia. He'll just float it into the glove of Gillies, who will drop it behind the cage for Britt. He'll slot it to the neutral zone for Adams. Had 2 assists on Friday. Has Luchuk in motion for a shot that's blocked by Mateer. Rolls in on Hyder. He knifes it to the near wall where Lind will drop it deeper. Ends up going to a Solar Bear. Pass to the inside, intercepted by Nychuk. Aylin Lind and company move up ice. Nychuk takes it in on the right wing. Looks to center. Pass behind the intended target in Denemy. Orlando will skate it out to neutral ice. Climbing down the right wing is Milo Rollins. Got reassigned from Syracuse to Orlando earlier in the week. He is spilled at the goal line by Mateer. Gladiators drip the puck back out to center. Orlando will sling it back down and complete a line change. The first line off for Orlando for the Gladiators. On comes their fourth line. Burns, Scardina, and Denemy as they roll the puck to the near wall. Orlando fishes it out. Orzek fresh off the bench, surveys the ice. Throws it up ice where it hits a Solar Bear skate. Ends up going back to number 9 in white. Orzek was acquired in a trade from the Iowa Heartlanders in late December along with Jack O'Brien. O'Brien on that second line here today as the first line comes on for the first time. Solar Bears able to rip it away from Alex Young on the far wall and skate out through center. They'll pass to the right wing for Tyler Bird. Bird inside, takes a shot, shouldered away by Hyder. Came from the right circle, feeds it to the slot now. Sylvester's able to break that up, and at the line, Walter and company weasel out to neutral ice. They'll distribute to the back end as Atlanta looks to start the breakout. Alex Young has it in the neutral zone, gets caught up to by Bird. Orlando strips it away. Solar Bears come up ice for a shot by Newkirk. That's stopped by Hyder. Puck will roll in on the Gladiator netminder, and he will freeze and cover. With 2 minutes and 15 seconds gone by in the first. Shot count reads 3-1 in favor of Orlando. And so far here today, in the very early going of this game, we've seen the Solar Bears take flight in the transition game as they remain with their third line out, Kirsten, Newkirk, and Bird. Solar Bears win the face-off. Shot from the high slot, gets blocked by Carabia. He's able to smack it out to center, able to evade the forecheck from Kirsten. Carabia with it at the red line, bangs it down the left wing, hits a body on the way, where it'll be fielded by Gill behind Gillies. Try saying that one 3 times fast. Gill turns it over to Nolan, centering feed, punched away from McNamee to the far corner. Britt had it covered defensively. O'Brien tries to slink away from the corner and does. He'll toss it up top to Conroy from the left wing, gliding down. Gets met at the half wall as he tosses it below the goal line. Play will rumble to the near side half wall. Orlando fishes it free from the wall, pelts it to the line, and it's going to be blown dead for a hand pass 3 minutes in from Jack O'Brien. Both teams will take this opportunity to get a line change in. As for you, the audience, you can make your pick as to who is going to score the first goal of the game and factor in on the first assist. Head on over to our social media platforms. Make your pick. There are some prizes attached. First goal and first assist brought to you by Hancock Whitney Bank and Pinnacle Promotions, respectively. From the line, Matier sauces it to the right circle for Lind. Cross-ice feed off the wall to Nychuk. Puts it towards the goal. Gets deflected wide. Cipollone tries to get the rebound. Goes careening to the half wall. 2 Solar Bears are there. Gladiators fish it free. Try and yoink it to the line. But the Solar Bears able to bulldoze out the center. Matier will start the next charge. Quick pass to Cipollone. He'll brush it to his left. Nychuk from the circle takes a shot. That goes over the head of Gillies. Solar Bears in flight. Move to the neutral zone. Pass it to the skate of Nychuk. Leaps towards the Gladiators bench, but stays in play. Delayed offside on Orlando. Atlanta's going to play this puck and take its chances up ice. Nychuk, the quarterback, leaves it for Matier. They'll head off to complete a line change as the Gladiators lose puck possession at center. Adams, feed to the inside, goes through the slot, out the other side. He gets it back on the far corner. Adams distributes to the line. Garagach to the left point for a shot. That's blocked. Puck will go to the end wall. Lucha can't take it free. They'll put it up top to Garagach. Cross ice, on time. Shot there goes wide from Allen. Jarvis checked at the end wall. Tossed off of it by Adams. Solar Bears continuing to work offensively. Rollins turns and shoots from the line. Gets deflected, but Hyder kicks it away. Rebound to Adams. Cross ice to the left wing for a shot by Allen. Hyder makes the initial save. Puck loose on the near wall. Rollins has got it for Orlando. Pitches it down deeper. From the far corner, it's Adams again. Working on his forehand. Climbs up the wall. Feeds it to the circle. Pass is picked off by Burns. He'll slide it up to Denemy. Just out of his reach. Orlando able to field it with just about 5 minutes gone by in the first. Solar Bears toss it down. Carabia distributes to Conroy. They'll knock it to the neutral zone for Sylvester, who quickly taps it to Young, and they move in tandem up ice. Young from the right wing turns and shoots. That shot gets blocked. Puck will trickle to the end wall. Sylvester tries to dig it free from there, but ends up turning it over. Solar Bears up ice. Here is Flinton. Pass to the inside, hits a skate, and goes wide of Hyder. Dangerous chance for Orlando as Atlanta moves up ice. Sylvester with Walter. Swedish forward takes it in the far corner. Tries to knock it back to the captain, but there were too many Solar Bears there. Orlando with numbers. Gates it out to center. Atlanta tries to strip puck possession away from Gill, but not before he's able to slap it down to the end wall and get off for a line change. Nychuk slides it through the neutral zone. Puck met at the red line by McNamee and Lucas Savages for Orlando. Solar Bears able to dance their way in. Newkirk from the line takes a shot. That goes wide of Hyder. There was traffic in front of him, courtesy of Bird. Meanwhile, Kirsten behind the net turns to the circle and shoots. Glove save, Hyder. He stops time with 13:54 left in the first. Solar Bears off to a good start. Ethan Hyder making his presence known. Orlando out shooting Atlanta 5-1 in a scoreless game with 13:54 left in the first. We are back to Central Florida after this from our local partners.
Kind of feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how can you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Need to build a professional brand? Alpha Graphics delivers with stunning signage, graphics, and marketing materials that are exactly what you need to earn clients' trust. Alpha Graphics. Bring your brand to life.
Still a scoreless affair here in Orlando. This game still in the early going. 6:06 gone by in the first. Face-off to resume it to the right of Hyder. Jack O'Brien will take this face-off for the Gladiators, but the Solar Bears will win it. From the right point, Schmaggy drops it down low. Puck will roll towards Hyder, where it'll be collected by O'Brien. Quickly the Gladiators move up ice, but one too many passes. Schmaggy's able to pick it off. Puck loose at center. Orlando comes in on the right side. Bird drops it off for Kirsten. Shot goes wide of Hyder. At the left point, Falmer can't keep it alive. And the Solar Bears will be forced to dump it down and complete a line change. Chuck in front of the scorer's table. Pitches the puck in deep. O'Brien meets it in the far corner. Takes a spill, courtesy of the defenseman Allen. Solar Bears collect the loose puck. Moving up ice is Kirsten. Drifting right. Tries to pop it off the wall to himself. Good defensive play made by Francis and Jarvis. Jarvis will just chuck the puck out to the neutral zone where it'll bounce back to Allen. He'll distribute to Garagach as the Solar Bears look to find their way back into the Gladiators zone. They eventually do, pass to the slot behind the intended target. They were looking for Cold Codsey on that play, but Gladiators able to break it up. Back in the neutral zone is Garagach. From the red line, wires it over to the near side. Lynn's the first man to meet it. To shovel it out to the neutral zone, but Orlando's able to hang on. Drifting right is Codsey. On the backhand, cuts to the inside. Hyder's able to slam the door, and Corrali bobbling puck with 12:24 to go in the first. So in the early stages of this game, the Solar Bears have had the upper hand. They have outshot the Gladiators 7-1 to this point. This game just 7 minutes and 36 seconds old. Orlando already up by 6 in the shot count, but still is a scoreless game. Gladiators win the defensive zone face-off. Enemy slides it out to center. Conroy overskates it. Chance for the Solar Bears. Picked off by Scardina. Chips it up ice over the attacking line. Loses it on a bouncing puck. First one there is Rollins. 2-on-1 up ice. Drop pass. Gill shoots over the cage and just wide. Solar Bears have had chances here in the opening stages of this game. They've missed the net on a few, as here's a chance from the slot. Rollins fires out of play. And on the other chances, Ethan Hyder has come up and made saves, but for the Gladiators, not their most impressive start. 11:51 to go in the first, and out comes the first line. We saw this line come together on the Monday game against Greenville. Gladiators won that game thanks to a big day from Alex Young, and Jack O'Brien had left to go to the All-Star game that day, and Gladiators coaching staff liked what they saw in that Monday game, so they keep the trio of Sylvester, Walter, and Young together. Young will take this face-off to the left of Hyder, end up losing it to Bardero as a shot put on goal, stopped by Hyder from the left wing. Solar Bears get back to work. Clinton trying to get some help from Bardero. Does eventually get it. Bardero in the pile. Tries to escape Alex Young and does. Puts it to the line. Now at the right point is Schmaggy. Shot into traffic. Blocked by Mateer. Sylvester has the loose puck. Rolls it up to Walter. Over the attacking line has Young on the right wing. He'll skate into it for a shot. Save made. The rebound just put wide by Sylvester. Now at the right point, Mateer exchanges with Walter. From the circle, he'll shoot. That gets blocked by Falmer. Gladiators getting some good zone time here, though, as Nychuk from the left point feeds it through the slot. Goes out the other side. Bardero with the loose puck will scoop it out to center. Trying to hit Lucas Savages on the move. Puck is scrubbed off of his stick. Gladiators come back in. Sylvester puts it on goal into the glove of Gillies, and he won't take his chances. He'll hang on to it and freeze with 10:49 left in the first. And that was the Gladiators' best sustained offensive zone time so far in today's game. First line will head off. On comes the second. McNamee, Nolan, and O'Brien. Meanwhile, Gillies got a tune-up at the Solar Bear bench. And it looks like Gillies moving towards the Solar Bear tunnel. Again, as you mentioned in the pregame, this is one of those buildings where if you have an issue and you need to get to the locker room, you have to wait till a stoppage of play. The tunnels aren't connected directly to the bench. They're on the corners, as this is a building that was made primarily for basketball, also the home of the Solar Bears, or excuse me, the Orlando Magic, shared by the Solar Bears. And it looks like Gillies had an issue with his mask. He ends up getting a new one for the locker room. And he is back in good to go. So the faceoff will be to his right on the far circle of the Solar Bear zone. It is going to be Young up against Lise Newkirk at the dot. Newkirk, the Solar Bears' leading scorer to this point with 38 points, loses the draw to Young as Nolan has it from the right wing. Snapshot into traffic, that gets blocked. McNamee with it from the near corner, tries to dive behind the net, gets pinned up against the end wall. Solar Bears pick it free, try and get out. Good effort from O'Brien to keep it. Here they come. Solar Bears up ice from the left wing. Kirsten goes around the nets on his backhand. Pressure nicely by Jarvis. Almost scrubs him off the puck. Jarvis trying to hang on to it. Solar Bears whacking off the wall and up top. Garagach to the inside. Shot from the high point from Bird. Gets blocked by O'Brien. He'll fling it off the wall and out to center. McNamee takes it on the move. Tries to burrow his way in deep. Puck will go behind the net and out to the line. Good keep by Conroy. Keeps the play alive. From the left corner, Conroy backhands it to Cipollone. Waiting at the half wall, feeds it to the behind the net for Conroy. Working there, turns to his forehand. Able to escape the heat. Hits the skate. Puck loose behind the cage. Francis has got it. He'll center for Lind. Bouncing puck. Can't corral it. Francis is there. Puck will move to the slots. And the Solar Bears fish it free and pound it out to center. They escape any more danger as Francis comes right back in. From the left wing, Button hooks at the point. Feeling some pressure. Sauces it deeper. Looking for Lind. Cipollone in the area as well. They work it up top to Conroy. Drifting right. Has an open man. Carabia a shot wide of the net. Lind has the rebound from the right circle. Feeds it across for Francis. Wide open net. And he skies it over the cage. Atlanta buzzing here with 9:09 left in the first. Solar Bears punch it out the center. They'll tap it down deep into Gladiator ice. Atlanta makes a change with its forward group. Conroy off to the bench as well. Puck will roll into the left of Hyder. Nychuk from the end wall. He'll survey the ice as Carabia heads off to complete the line change. Mateer climbs on. Nychuk looking still. Will now find an avenue to break out. They'll creep down the middle, gain some speed through the neutral zone. Softly they find Denemy on the left wing. Puck will roll in on Gillies. He'll swipe it to his left. Solar Bears stretch it to center circle and knock it back to Nychuk. Outlet pass is picked off by Rollins. Looks to center. Nychuk intercepts. Great read defensively. They'll whip it back out to the neutral zone and get off for a change. Solar Bears work it in deep. Rollins against Jarvis. The far corner. Solar Bears get it up top to Gill. Cross ice has Brits from the left circle. Britt will go behind the cage. Look to center. It's the outside of the cage. Puck will come onto the tape of Scardina. He'll weasel his way out to center, gain the red line, and pitch it down and get off for a Gladiator change. 7:55 left in the first period. Still no score from Kia Center. Solar Bears out shooting the Gladiators 8-3. Gill will lead the charge for the Solar Bears. I'll feed it to his right for Britt. He is met right at the scores table by Jarvis. Puck will pinball around right at center circle. Young will fish it free and distribute to the back end. Jarvis leaves it for Orzek. Outlet pass to Sylvester on time. From the left wing, centers for Young. Puck rolls in on Gillies, and he will freeze with 7:26 to go in the first. Still no score in Orlando. Solar Bears out shooting Atlanta 8-4 to this point. We are back to Central Florida after this from our local partners.
Life's too short for ordinary whiskey. Make it infamous. Now available at Mega Package Store, 2820 Lawrenceville, Sewanee, Oregon. 4 miles from Gas South Arena.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Still scoreless in Orlando. Solar Bears had the better chances to start. Recently, it's been the Gladiators. We've had some good chances. The latest from Ryan Francis. Gladiators did a good job of cycling the puck around. Lind, good awareness to find Francis wide open at the left circle. And Gillies moving from left to right, but just popped it over the cage. And we remain scoreless. Walter, quick setup to Sylvester. Slap shot goes wide. Rebound handled by Orlando. Smaggy draws a penalty, and that will send us the Beaver, Toyota, and Mazda penalty kill. Looks like they're going to get Isaac Walter here for tripping. So it is the first penalty of the day. Walter takes a seat. I think they're actually going to get him for holding. I think the initial signal was tripping, but ultimately is a hold on Walter, and one way or the other, the Gladiators go to the penalty kill for the first time today. Solar Bears to the power play. Orlando's power play third best in the league, 21.1%. Going up against a Gladiators penalty kill that is 82.5% on the season. 15th best middle of the pack in the ECHL to this point. Atlanta did go 3 for 3 on the power play in the overtime loss to South Carolina. 3 for 3 on the penalty kill, I should say. 3 for 3 on the penalty kill in the Friday overtime loss to the Stingrays. It's in tight as Kirsten. Quick save. Hyder one-on-one with one of the most dangerous men in purple. Hyder's able to keep it out. Kirsten is able to create some separation right down the middle. Just breezed by Nijak and Mateer. Hyder able to make a sensational save to keep it a scoreless game. 23 seconds gone by on the penalty to Walter. Against his own face-off won by the Gladiators. They'll rip it all the way down for a clear. As Gillies will leave it for Britt. And the Solar Bears will quickly turn up ice. Britt on the move, meandering through the neutral zone. Slingshot pass. Has a man up ice. Newkirk shut down initially. Puck will trickle behind Hyder. First man there is Kirsten. Gladiators fish the puck free. It's loose on the near circle. Solar Bears battling for it in the slot. Gladiators punch it to the line, but not out. Rollins. As a man open at the line, that's Britt. Feeds it to Kirsten. Right circle shot. Bounces just wide of Hyder after hitting a stick. Back to the line again. Kirsten from the high slot shoots off the glove of Hyder. And out of play. The rebound was put in the back of the net. Late whistle, but it did hit the netting and pop back into play. Fans think there should be a goal there, but officials made the right call. And afterwards, a couple of shots exchanged between Mateer and Rollins. Two big guys. Jack Mateer standing at 6'6", 205. Milo Rollins, the forward, at 6'7", 217. Both will head off. Jarvis, Carabia, Young, and Burns make up the four-man penalty kill unit here to the left of Hyder. 5:58 to go in the first period. 44 seconds left on the penalty to Walter. Solar Bears win the draw. Gill from the right point looks downhill. Pass is picked off by Burns, and he'll fling it down for an Atlanta clear. Gill will be forced to retrieve. He'll wait for a moment behind Gillies, and now jumpstart things for Orlando. 28 seconds left on the penalty to Walter. Solar Bears come in. Luchuk quickly to Bardero. Plunging down the middle, forced to the outside by Carabia. From the near wall, they knock it up top. Cross-ice feed to Lucas Savages. At the right circle, he connects with Luchuk. They'll whirl it back to the near wall for Kodzi. Ain't that Lucas Savages. Spinning. Drops it down low. Moves to the backhand. Back to Lucas Savages at the line. Shot there by Bardero. Blocked by Carabia. Out of the box is Walter. Has a chance up ice. Catch up to it in the far corner. Walter trips. No penalty there. Back up on his feet. Still able to hang on to the puck. Walter behind the cage now. On his backhand escapes. Up the near wall he goes. Walter drifting. Punches it down deeper. O'Brien leaves it for McNamee. Go right up the near wall and find Conroy at the right points. Again, they drop it deeper. This time it's O'Brien fielding it. Pinned up against the wall. Conroy keeps it for Atlanta. Pass from low to high. On time to the left wing. Orzek's shot goes wide, and the rebound is collected and controlled by Orlando. Hinton from the right wing takes a shot. That is blocked. Puck will roll to the left wing, where it's handled by Andrew Bruder. Able to shrug off Orzek. Makes his way to the end wall. Weaving up the near side. Stays on his backhand. Pass to the middle. Broken up by McNamee. Kodsey checked by O'Brien. Puck is stripped free and subsequently turned over. Pass will bumble to the line at the right point. Schmaggy burrows his way in deep. Feeds it to the slot. In and out of the blue paint. It'll end up on the near wall. Solar Bears continue to press. Schmaggy with it again from the far corner. Crunched by Orzek. Former Heartlander shakes the puck free. Finds his D partner Conroy behind Hyder. Quickly forced out to make a play. They'll lob it to the neutral zone for McNamee. 3:39 left in the first period. Still scoreless here in Orlando. Gladiators drive the puck down and get a line change in. On comes the third line. Lind, Cipollone, and Francis as the Solar Bears maneuver through the neutral zone. Kirsten tries to power down the right wing. Gladiators sniff it out. Off the wall is Francis. He has Lind at the red line. Feed to his right in open space for Mateer. He'll bang a shot off the end wall, angled in front. Francis was there, but Gillies is able to pounce on the puck and freeze with 3:10 to go. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. Still scoreless here in Orlando. Solar Bears out shooting the Gladiators 10-4, but the Gladiators have killed off the penalty kill. We'll see if they can get something done 5-on-5 when we come back.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Kroger's same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and quality you'd find in-store, so you can catch more family time. We'll bring your groceries right to you, satisfaction guaranteed, so you can spend time on what matters most. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
More than just cookies.
Desserts now in rotation.
Face off to the left of Gillies, still scoreless in Orlando. Third line out on the ice, Cipollone, Lind, and Francis. Lind picked up an assist on a Friday night loss to the Stingrays. Francis at the dot now as Cipollone gets kicked out. Francis will take this face off up against Reese Newkirk. He does win it at the right point. Lind has it swiped away by Newkirk. Gladiators forced to roll out to center. They come right back in on the right side. Lind peels up. Feeds it to the left point for Nychuk. They'll drive it deeper to Francis from the corner. Rolls it back up top to Nychuk. They'll drift it around the horn to the right wing. Solar Bears get there. Big hit from Cipollone. Throws that one on Allen. Puck will roll to Nychuk in the neutral zone, and he'll softly chip it over the red line and in. Chasing after it is Cipollone. Big crunch in the corner. Puck dislodged from that area and collected by Tyler Bird. The Bears lob it through the neutral zone. Foot race on the right side. Conroy able to beat out Newkirk. Arabia slam it up to the line where it's pushed out by Sylvester. Has Young on the fly from the right wing centers. Looking for Walter, broken up in front by Luchuk. Trenches it up ice. 2-on-1 there. Good defensive play by Conroy. Able to keep things to the outside, and we do have a penalty here with 1:58 to go in the first. We'll see who they get. Holding is going to be the call. And it looks like it's going to be Reese Newkirk going to the box for Orlando. This will put the Gladiators to the Eco-Electric power play for the first time today. Went 0 for 4 On Friday in South Carolina, Gladiators power play operating at 18.1%, 20th best power play in the ECHL. Orlando penalty kill 81.8%, 16th best in the ECHL. See if the Gladiators can break the scoreless tie with a power play goal here late in the first. First unit begins, but Orlando wins the faceoff, pumps it down to Hyder, and the Gladiators will start this power play from the back end. Isaac Walter will take it to the neutral zone. In tandem with O'Brien, who will drop it behind the cage. Walter catches up there, tries to slap it to the far corner for Young. Orlando fishes it free, but learning attempt is held in at the line by Nychuk. Feeds it right for Sylvester. Shot tipped in front, but that goes wide. Ends up coming back to the captain from the right wing. Sylvester spinning, able to evade the pressure from Kirsten. Finds a home, down low in the near corner. Slides it up top to Nychuk. Back to Sylvester at the right point. Looking downhill has Nychuk again. Top of the left circle. Feeds it down low. Young will rotate up top. Young drops it down low to Walter. Centering feed. It's a stick. Goes wide. They keep it alive. Nychuk fakes a shot from the left circle. Young can't reel it in. Good after step by Gill. He will clear for Orlando. Sprint to the final minute of the first period. 50 seconds left in period one. 48 seconds left on the penalty to Orlando. Nychuk behind the cage. Cycles to the left corner for Burns. Back across they go. At the point, Francis has it. The right wing. Dives deeper. Cross-ice feed on time for Nychuk. He unloads off the stick and wide. Nychuk has it again. At the left point. Goes cross-ice to Francis. Stutter step. Back to Nychuk. He'll wind and fire. Hits the stick and goes wide. 16 seconds left in the period. Nychuk distributes again. Has Francis. He'll feed it to the left wing for McNamee. From the corner, he gets pinned up. Orlando is able to swipe the puck free and all the way down. Hyder out to play it, but looks like time might be running out on the first period as Francis comes flying back in as the horn sounds, and it is a scoreless first period in Orlando. 2 seconds left on the Gladiators' power play. That'll carry over to the start of the second, but as for us here in Orlando, not a whole lot to talk about, but we will find something to say during the first intermission report, but it won't be in the regard of any goals. No score after one here at Kia Center. Solar Bears have outshot the Gladiators 10-5 through one period of play. Atlanta will look to get on the score sheet in the second period. We'll talk about what they need to do that during the first intermission report. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and preview period two a little bit more, and also get your thoughts here today on a busy Sunday afternoon, NFL Championship Day. I want to know who you're rooting for here today. Comment your picks in our YouTube live chat, and we'll get to it on the other side of the break. Gladiators and Solar Bears scoreless after one. We are back to Orlando after a word from our local sponsors.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how can you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Sometimes life's collisions leave us feeling off balance. But at 100% Chiropractic, we know how to get you back on track.
We don't just straighten you out, we empower you. We educate you on how to get to the root cause and give you a play-by-play strategy on how to get you back to 100%.
We even use lasers.
Lasers!
Our $49 first experience includes a complete set of comprehensive chiropractic x-rays, a fit 3D scan, and your first life-changing adjustment. Visit us and break the ice. Discover the power of chiropractic care at 100%.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients, that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Here in Orlando, we bring you to the first intermission report where there is no score between the Gladiators and the Solar Bears. I'm Chiarenza here on a Sunday afternoon in sunny Florida, wishing everybody back home a lot of warmth. Hopefully everybody is staying warm. I've heard it's pretty cold back in Atlanta with that winter storm moving through. Gladiators got out of town at just the right time, and feels like they were due for a trip like this, as the Gladiators have played the least amount of games out of any team in the ECHL to this point. This is game number 34 in the season for the Gladiators. For the Solar Bears, this is game number 40. So Orlando already over the midway point of its season. Gladiators still approaching the midway point of theirs, which will eventually hit the midway point Wednesday night in Estero. But for the Gladiators, it's a bit of a refresh, isn't it? And they're finally starting to see some games on the road. They're finally starting to see some opponents that they hadn't seen a whole lot of at this point in the year. We've seen a lot of Greenville. We have seen a lot of Jacksonville. We've seen Savannah a handful of times, but this is the first time we've seen Orlando since October 23rd, and we haven't seen Florida since October 24th, so it has been quite some time since we have seen these two teams coming up. And so for the Gladiators, I thought there might be a little bit of a feeling out process there in the first period, which is exactly what we got. You typically see this between two teams who haven't seen each other in quite some time or haven't seen each other at all in a season. A lot of times there's just a chess match in the first period from both coaching staffs and the players alike to kind of find out how the game is going to feel and how it's going to move in the ebbs and flows and the structure of it all. And what we saw in the first period was Solar Bears came out hot. They came out flying. They were out shooting the Gladiators 7-1 at one point, and it seemed like the Gladiators were on their heels to start, but then all of a sudden things slowly started to shift, and it started with a really good shift from that third line. Kalen Lind, Joey Cipollone, Ryan Francis. That line put together a good shift there, got some good sustained offensive zone time, easy for me to say. Good shift of offensive zone time, and the Gladiators are able to make something out of it, get some good scoring chances, but all in all, they're outshot 10-5 through one period of play, and feels like there's a little bit more to be desired from this Gladiators team moving into the second period, as when they had those chances, when they were getting some good sustained zone time, they were making things happen, and the best chance of the first period for the Gladiators came from Ryan Francis. It was a good setup from Kalen Lind, who's celebrating his 21st birthday here today. He was able to rotate the puck around, climb up the near side wall, realized that Francis was wide open on the left circle, feeds it across to him, one-time shot, just goes over the cage, and he had a wide open net. John Gillies moving from left to right, couldn't quite get there in time, and it feels like if the Gladiators can get Gillies moving, if they can make him work for these pucks here today, I think they have a good chance to pot some here. But all in all, it was a bit of a deadlock there in the first period, but Orlando seemed to come in waves, and the Gladiators seemed to figure it out towards the end of the period that Orlando was really trying to use the transition game to their advantage. This is a big Solar Bears team. They've got a lot of guys that are over 200 pounds, over 6'3". This is a big bruising team, and the thing that surprised me about them in the first period was they had quite a bit of speed to them. And so the Solar Bears were kind of just taking pucks for the neutral zone and kind of slingshotting down the wings and even down the middle at times, kind of catching the Gladiators on their heels. But now I think that since the Gladiators know what to expect from the Solar Bears team after the first period, they know how to combat that. We saw that towards the end of the period where the Gladiators were keeping pucks to the outside, using the boards to their advantage, winning those hard areas. Look for more of the same from the Gladiators defensively in the second period as they look to round a corner offensively in the middle frame. As we are scoreless after one here at Kia Center. Solar Bears out shooting the Gladiators 10-5. Before I left you here, entering the intermission report, did mention that it is a NFL Championship Sunday here today, and albeit with that happening here today as well, still a pretty good crowd here at Kia Center. But my question to you is who are you rooting for in the NFL Championship games? Who are your picks? I want you to comment that below in our YouTube live chat. Make your picks, and we'll see how it fares. For me, I think I'm going with Denver and Seattle to go to the Super Bowl. I think that is my pick. I know a lot of people are picking the Patriots over the Broncos, especially with them having a backup quarterback here today, but I don't know. There's something about that Denver defense, and there's something about the Mile High City. Don't forget about altitude sickness. It is real, especially from someone who used to live out west in Utah. So that is my question for you here today, and we'll keep the intermission show rolling on as the Gladiators try and find a way to win on the road. And as I mentioned, despite it being a big football day, and football is huge here in the South, despite it being a big day for football, still is a pretty good crowd here at Kia Center. But the Gladiators have done a good job of kind of sucking the atmosphere out of this building. Ethan Hyder did a really good job of settling to this game early, made some big saves, so they're able to head off the board, and it felt like as the game went on, as the first period went on, Hyder got better and better, his confidence got better, and he ends up stopping a one-on-one with Spencer Kirsten in tight. That's a guy that you do not want to have the puck barreling down the middle, right one-on-one with your netminder, as Kirsten this season has the team leading goals with 16, 20 assists, 36 points in 30 games for Kirsten. He's over a point-per-game player. He has been sensational for Orlando this season, and it felt like there was a turning point in that first period when Hyder stopped him on the one-on-one. That's kind of when momentum started to shift in the Gladiators' favor. We heard this crowd groan a couple of times in the first period. Solar Bears had some chances, but Hyder with some big saves. The atmosphere has kind of been taken out of the building here through a scoreless first period, and that's nothing new for the Gladiators this year. The Gladiators have now just experienced their 11th scoreless first period of the season. So it feels like 1 out of every 3 Gladiators games has a scoreless first period. That's nothing new for Atlanta, but as we look ahead to the second period, we should see this Gladiators offense start to pick things up a little bit. The second period has become the Gladiators' best scoring period this year, along with the third period, as the Gladiators have outscored their opponents 34-27 in second periods this season, and 34-21 in the third period. So this is your typical Gladiators game, and especially against an opponent that they haven't seen in a long time. You get that feeling out process in the first period, another scoreless first period, but you move into the second and third. Watch for this Gladiators team to pick it up at the pace, with the scoring opportunities, get into that second period surge, get into their rhythm, and get some offense flowing here as the day goes on. Still scoreless after 1. First intermission portion will be back for a second half action on the intermission show as we are approaching the second period of play. We are back in a moment after a word from our local sponsors.
It's game day and Bucky's ready for action. From the moment he pulls up, it's all smiles, high fives, and Beaver Toyota pride. A quick stop for snacks and he's game ready. The energy in the arena starts to build because when Beaver Toyota and the Gladiators team up, the fun and excitement never stop. Catch Bucky at the next Gladiators game or visit us anytime at beavertoyotacoming.com.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you could win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Need to build a professional brand? Alpha Graphics delivers with stunning signage, graphics, and marketing materials that are exactly what you need to earn clients' trust. Alpha Graphics. Bring your brand to life.
Life's too short for ordinary whiskey. Make it infamous. Now available at Mega Package Store, 2820 Lawrenceville, Sewanee, Oregon, 4 miles from Gas South Arena.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Scoreless after 1 in Central Florida. Fans grooving, having a good time, but not a whole lot going on in the goal-scoring department. Atlanta will look to pick up the pace in the second period and break the tie. Gladiators this season, when scoring the first goal, have been money. Did fall on Friday night in South Carolina after scoring the first goal, but still, Atlanta 19-2-1 when scoring first this season. Orlando, when getting the first goal, is 13-5, 1-1. And the longer we go scoreless, the more important that goal becomes. It feels like for the Gladiators, they do have some playmakers on their roster that can get them that first goal. I thought that the third line had a really good first period, but seems like they're going to need a little bit more from their first line here today. Cody Sylvester, Alex Young, Isaac Walter, looking for that trio to maybe make some noise here in the second period. And it's been a while since we've seen some noise from Mike McNamee in that second line. We'll see if they can combine for a score in the middle period as well. Gladiators will start the second period with 2 seconds of power play time. I don't know how much they can do with that to start the period, but for what it's worth, they've got it, but they did successfully kill off an Orlando power play back in the first period, so looks like all things considered, both sides are going to end up going 1-for-1 on the PK to start the day. And we'll see if things open up in terms of the special teams battle in the middle frame. And again, I thought the Gladiators had done some really good things on that power play, but just weren't able to get one in. And I thought that the penalty kill unit looked really good against the third best power play statistically in the ECHL. So we'll watch for that matchup a little bit more during the second period. And for the Gladiators, they've been one of the most disciplined teams in the ECHL at this point in the year. Only Toledo has less penalty minutes than the Gladiators. Gladiators are the second most disciplined team, as Atlanta only has 302 penalty minutes, 29th in the ECHL. For Orlando, they have been known at times to get a little bit feisty and things can get out of hand. 522 penalty minutes for the Solar Bears this year coming into today's game. That is the 5th most in the ECHL. So kind of like what we talked about on Friday night against the Stingrays, who were the most undisciplined team in the ECHL. It feels like if the Gladiators can get the Solar Bears off their game, they can maybe pick up a few power play chances in this game because of it. And it feels like the power play is due. Only one power play goal in their last 5 games. Gladiators look to solve that puzzle on the man advantage, hopefully here in the second period and beyond. All right, let's take a look at our YouTube live chat, see what we got going on here today on a Sunday afternoon. Some people are watching NFL football like Peach Fuzz. Other people are solely sticking to Gladiators hockey, and it looks like Peach Fuzz is doing a little bit of both. So seems like he got that figured out. Stadium Arena in the house. Good to see ya. Justin Burke in the house as well, early as always, and happy birthday wishes to Kaylin Lynn from Glads Nation. Looks like Peach Fuzz 27's going with Denver on the NFL front. Stadium Arena says Kaylin Lind is a lot like Mark Stone from the Ottawa Senators. You know, it's interesting. Kaylin Lind has almost compared himself to like a Brady, Matthew Tkachuk kind of player. Talking to him in the past, just being a little bit of a rascal on the ice, getting under your opponent's skin, but also being a forward that can score and play a really good two-way game. And feels like today here in his second game back from Milwaukee, feels like he's learned a little bit from his time with the Admirals. Spent about a month up in the AHL, and there has been some takeaways for him that he has brought to his game here, and it looks like he's playing with a lot more confidence, playing with a lot more swagger, if you will, and he's making smart decisions. Remember, he set up that play to Ryan Francis back in the first period. Gladiators didn't score on it, but it feels like he's handling the puck better. He's making smarter decisions. I'm excited to see what he's able to do here in the second period and beyond, because it seems like he has taken the next step in his evolution of his game. Looks like some of you are experiencing power outages in the Atlanta area. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully everybody is safe and sound and the power company keeps the lights on. Looks like Lynette is going with Denver as well. Next home game is on February 4th, college night. Thank you, Stadium Arena, for chipping in there. February 4th, college night number 2. Wednesday, February 4th, the Everblades come to town. And then that Friday, February 6th, the Jacksonville Icemen pay us a visit for Brick Party at Gas South Arena. So if you're a fan of interlocking brick toys, Brick Party is your night, brought to you by Atlanta Brick Con. Going to be a lot of fun. Got brick pucks that you can build as well. Those will be available in ticket packages and in the team store as well. And so it should be a lot of fun. Got a brick mosaic. Master brick builders will be there as well. A lot of bricks for Brick Party. Going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you go check it out. This is when the Gladiators will be back at home. Good to see some new faces in the YouTube live chat as well. Make sure you stay safe in chilly Atlanta, Georgia. For us, don't mean to boast or brag or anything, but an 84-degree day here in Central Florida. Looks like the Gladiators hit the road just in the nick of time. So make sure you all stay warm as things are sure to heat up here in the second period between the Gladiators and the Solar Bears. Both teams back out on the ice for the second period of play. Again, scoreless after one. Solar Bears outshoot the Gladiators 10-5. Atlanta had a power play towards the end of the first period. 2 seconds left on that as we move into the second. And so it looks like all things considered, both teams will start the day 1-for-1 on the PK. Gladiators wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers and Gladiator gold trim will skate from right to left in the second period. Solar Bears wearing purple jerseys with white numbers and orange trim will skate from left to right. As those of you on Flow Hockey see it, we'll paint a picture for your mind's eye on our YouTube audio stream. Gladiators have had some big second periods in the past. We'll see if they've got another one up their sleeve as they look to take the lead here in Central Florida.
All right, fans, please welcome Solar Status member Carly Bingo. Let's see you go. Let's go, Bears. Let's go.
Joey Cipollone will take the face-off against Spencer Kirsten. They'll open play for the second period. Puck is dropped. Atlanta's won it. We're back to action for the second period. Cipollone takes it down the middle. Brushes left wing for Lynn. Back to Cipollone. Backhand shot over the head of Gillies. Up and over the cage. Lynn pressuring on the left wing. Keeps the play alive. Centering feed from Cipollone. Ends up coming to Carabia. Slap shot blocked. Francis with the rebound. Shot down by Gillies. And the puck is taken away by Britt and lifted out to center. 3-on-1 for Orlando. Kirsten across to Newkirk. Oh, it's robbery from Hyder. Flashes the right pad to keep the puck out. Newkirk still looking. Working in the far corner. Tries to weasel away from Cipollone and does. Sauces to the left point for Britt. Cross ice has Gill for a shot. Off a stick and out of play behind Hyder. And we get a chance to think back to that sensational stop from Ethan Hyder. Solar Bears, after denying the Gladiators their opening chance of the second period. The big save from Gillies. Go up ice 3-on-1. Cross ice feed to Newkirk, and Hyder able to stretch out the right pad to keep that out. Look out for that one on Saves of the Week. Seems like with how good the Gladiators goaltending has been this season, seems like every week they are featured on Saves of the Week. Another good candidate from Hyder there. Shot from the right point, stopped by Hyder. Now at the left, Falmer will take a bid. That hits a stick and goes wide. On the right point, Schmaggy will take his chances, and that hits the body of Mickey Burns and rolls out to neutral ice. Extra swipe from Scardina. Works the puck in deep. He'll chase it to the far corner. Scardina off the wall, working with Burns. Able to strip it away from Schmaggy. Wall Mateer, cross ice for a shot by Nychuk. That is gobbled up by Gillies with 1 minute and 24 seconds gone by in the second. Solar Bears now out shooting the Gladiators 13-7. Face off to the right of Gillies. No man in the ECHL has made more starts than him to this point. Today his 25th. Gladiators win the face-off, but it cleanly splits the defenseman Nychuk and Mateer, and so Nychuk forced to track it down. As Atlanta trying to escape their own end. Pressure from Rollins. Turns the puck over. Adams to the line. Pass behind the intended target in Britt. Will trickle out to neutral ice, and he's forced to dump it in. Will swerve around, and momentum carries it out through center. Icing on the Gladiators. Looks like they got one extra tap on it on its way out. And so we'll see another face-off to the left of Ethan Hyder.
And Tyler Cochran from your
Hyder this season has been phenomenal. Looking for his 13th win of the year. Hyder tied for second in wins in the ECHL at this stage in the year. 12-4 record coming into this one. Face off to his left. Young will take the face off against Bardero. Yeah, it looks like we might have a false start on that one, so we'll see if they let both of them stay there. Looks like they will. Puck is down, and it'll go to the corner where Orlando has possession. Pass to the right circle, knocked off the stick of Adams. He'll play it to the line. Britt takes a shot, low drive, no problem for Hyder. Glove save stops us. 2:03 into the second. And now we'll see a face-off to his right. So for Ethan Hyder, second season in a Gladiators uniform. Last year, good campaign, 18-15-2 is the record. 3.17 goals against average, 894 save percentage, but 4 shutouts. So it felt like good first year and an even better second year here his sophomore season with the Gladiators. Atlanta able to swerve out of its own zone. Young climbing up the ice, takes a shot from the right point. That goes wide of Gillies. Rebound available to Sylvester, sets up a shot from the line that gets blocked in front by Britt. He takes a tumble courtesy of Young. Meanwhile, Walter digging on the near wall to punch it back to Young, but Solar Bears able to get in front of it. Gill will possess behind Gillies. Outlet pass away from the intended receiver in Flinton, and it'll end up being an Orlando icing. We'll pay a visit to John Gillies. Gillies, a former third-round draft pick of the Calgary Flames back in 2012. Has spent more time in the AHL than he has in the ECHL. But for Gillies, it feels like it's been a big workload for him this year, and they've had a couple of different netminders suit up for them this year, but he's been their main guy. Orzek from the line, pushes left for Nolan. Snap shot, blocked. Puck will roll out to center. Gladiators toss it back in. Orzek scrambling in deep, tries to get a piece of it. He'll end up clinking off a skate to McNamee on the near wall. On his forehand, drops it to Nolan. He'll keep it moving to the right wing for Carabia pinching in. Carabia returns it to Nolan, climbing up to the half wall, impeded by 2 Solar Bears. Defenseman Allen pushes him down, and the Solar Bears will clear. Bouncing puck held onto by Conroy, being pestered in his own zone by Kurth. Gladiators up ice, delayed penalty on Orlando, likely due to the play on Conroy, as they touch up, and Atlanta will go to its second power play of the day. And it looks like going to the box for the Solar Bears is Cooper Flinton. It actually wasn't the play on Conroy that got him, tripping the call on the Solar Bears. Flinton in the box, and the Gladiators will look to break the tie on the power play. 0 for 1 on the day so far. Face off to the left of Gillies on the far circle. Young will take it with Walter and O'Brien to his right and left respectively. Nychuk and Sylvester man the blue line. Face off 1. Nychuk has it. Young in the right circle. The goal line O'Brien, now back to Young. They trade off possession. Young has it again. From the wall, plays it to the line. Nychuk looking downhill, feeds it right to Young. Young from the right circle, shoots, he scores! It's a power play goal for Atlanta, and they have a 1-0 lead. Snapshot from Alex Young might have hit the stick of O'Brien in front. Either way, the Gladiators have struck first, and they do it on the power play. So the power play that had been in a bit of a slump as of late gets the job done and gives Atlanta the opening score of the day. Goal comes with 16:08 left in the second period. We'll see if they end up giving the goal to Young or O'Brien, who might have got a tip on it out in front. Gladiators lead 1-0. Solar Bears pitch it into Atlanta ice, trying to tie the game now. Puck will be thrown into an open area. Nychuk skates into it, has Cipollone up ice, developing 3-on-2. Cipollone to Lynn, wanted Francis at the right circle, but a Solar Bear stick breaks it up. Back to center they go. Nychuk plunges in. Puck hits the skate of Schmaggy, and now the Solar Bears go up ice. Schmaggy down the middle, forced to the outside. Will catch up to it in the far corner. It's Young from O'Brien on the power play goal. That has made it a 1-0 Gladiator lead. Gladiators ice the puck. 4:55 into the second. And so the faceoff will come back down near Ethan Hyder. So for Alex Young, he just continues to score. Now has 12 goals on the season. It's his 5th power play goal of the year. Jack O'Brien factors in with the assist, his 12th of the year, 26th point. And the Gladiators are in business. Nychuk gets an assist as well, extending his point streak to 3 games. 1 goal and 3 assists in that span for Nychuk. Solar Bears pressing. Shot by Allen goes wide. Rebound angle to Scardina. Near wall. Bouncing puck. Tries to push it out. Solar Bears keep it in. Lucas Savage is checked hard by Scardina. That divorces him from the puck. Fans up in arms, but good physical play from Scardina. The Bowling Green State product isn't done yet. Bullies his way to the Orlando end wall. Puck will pop to the far corner. Orzek throws it through the slot. Jarvis at the left point keeps the play alive. Drops it back around the horn to Orzek at the right wing. Lays it to the line for Sylvester. He'll wind and fire. Shot goes wide. Held in again by Jarvis. On the left wing wall, rims it down to Denemy. Behind the cage, sets up Sylvester, right circle. Quick touch pass. Orzek a bomb into the glove of Gillies. 6 minutes gone by in the second. What a great shift there for the Gladiators. Sylvester had come onto the ice. Denemy still on it. Jarvis and Orzek will remain as the rest of the first line comes out. A couple of quick touch passes and a couple of good setups along the wall. Gladiators winning those board battles here today, especially here in the second period, as they win an offensive zone faceoff. Walter driving down the right wing, eventually ground to a halt at the half wall. They'll put it up top to Orzek. He'll hold and shoot. Gillies has got it, sees it through traffic, and freezes. With 6:16 gone by in the second. Gladiators have the lead. Alex Young on the power play breaks the tie. Atlanta by 1 when we come back to Orlando after this from our local partners.
More than just cookies.
Desserts now in rotation.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Kroger's same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and quality you'd find in-store, so you can catch more family time. We'll bring your groceries right to you. Satisfaction guaranteed, so you can spend time on what matters most. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gladiators lead 1-0 over the Solar Bears with a power play goal from Alex Young. We're at the start of the second period. That is the difference so far. Dumped the puck deep and ended up icing it. 13:34 on the clock, and so we'll see a face-off near Ethan Hyder. Face-off will be to the right of the former 5th-round draft pick of the Nashville Predators back in 2019. Face-off won by Newkirk. At the line is Britt. It to Kirsten for a shot that goes over the cage. Bouncing puck fielded by Gill. He'll go behind Hyder. Push it to his left. Left puck still bouncing like a bouncy ball. Ends up rolling into the Solar Bears zone. Good pressure by Sylvester. Has to be gloved down by Kirsten. They'll motor through the neutral zone and come barreling in on the right side. Kirsten, soft pass, doesn't make its way to the slot. Bird catches up to it at the end wall and plays it up top. Solar Bears cycle in deep. At the left wing, Britt combines with Bird. Bird from the left corner turns to his forehand and puts it to the line for Britt. Cross ice on time for Gill. He'll scan the ice. Rim it around the boards to the left wing for Kirsten. Leave it for Britt at the line. Clean exchange. He'll drift right, take a shot. Blocked in front. The rebound put wide by Newkirk. Kirk tries to feather his way into the slot. Gladiators having none of it. Send the puck barreling back out to the neutral zone. Solar Bears come right back in. Kirsten off the wall. Comes in on the right wing. Shadowed quickly by Orzek. Board battle ensues on the near side wall. 3 Gladiators, 3 Solar Bears are there. Everybody stabbing and poking at the stick, and they'll end up jumping out to neutral ice. Down the middle, chance for Orlando. That just goes wide off the stick of Bruder. Gladiators will take their chances up ice. McNamee delays to Carabia. His shot stopped. The rebound in front. They crash the crease, but Gillies has got it. Clock will stop with 11:41 to go in the second.
It's Solar Bears Day. Renewal by Anderson wants to offer you an additional 5% discount on all.
The Solar Bears had a grade A chance from Bruder at one end of the ice, and then at the other, the Gladiators. Quick little drop pass set up to Carabia, streaking in. Had the right idea to crash the crease after Gillies made the initial save, but couldn't fool him on that one. Face-off will be to the right of the Orlando netminder. Gladiators win the face-off. Mateer handles at the line. From the left point, he'll shoot, hits a body, and hits the end glass. McNamee working in the left wing corner. Tries to set up Nolan at the circle. Solar Bears catch up to him. Puck leaks free. Nolan strong on it, gets it back on the right wing. Steers it behind the net, looking for McNamee. Able to touch it to O'Brien on the left wing wall. Puck will trickle deeper. Solar Bears soccer it to the far corner. Puck bouncing in front. O'Brien can't swipe it in on the doorstep. And now from the goal line, the Solar Bears will handle. Moving up ice is Falmer. Sidestep over the red line. They'll pump it down the left wing into the corner. Mateer is there. Gladiators quickly escape. They lose possession in the neutral zone with 10:48 left in the second. Stretch pass intercepted by Nychuk. Left for Mateer. We'll push it through the neutral zone for Cipolo. Toe drag shot, that gets blocked. Solar Bears take it in transition. 2-on-2 up ice. Rollins delays to Adams. Great defensive stand by Mateer. Keeps play in the corner. Working on the far side. Gladiators did get freed from the pile. Francis able to escape. They'll pick up some speed. Here is Francis. On the right wing. Pulls up and centers for a shot that goes high and wide. Lind was the trailer. Just couldn't hit the back of the net. Francis wrestles the puck away from the Solar Bears in the neutral zone. Gets pinned up in front of his own bench. Another board battle ensues with both teams taking stabs at it. Probing for possession. Solar Bears win that battle. They muscle the puck into the left of Hyder. Conroy there for Atlanta. Just a peel away from Bardero. Puck softly chipped to the neutral zone. There is Allen for Orlando. They'll fire it off the end wall where Hyder comes to the trapezoid to play it. Puck is left for Conroy, the Yale product, looking up ice. Beat it to Scardina on the right wing. And away he goes. Scardina with speed. Leaves it for Denemy at the right point. Miscommunication. Hurston gets in front of it. Burns and company able to get it back. Denemy will go behind the net on his backhand. Looking for a trailer. Nobody was home. The only man there was Gill for Orlando. Tries to find a way to rifle it out. And they do. 3-on-2 up ice for the Solar Bears. Hurston, left wing, moves to his forehand. Loses his balance. Checked hard by Mateer. Puck dropped behind the cage where it's fielded by Bird. Nychuk immediately pressures. Puck available on the far side, near side now. And the Gladiators were able to rip it through center and no icing. They're able to complete a line change. 8:38 to go in the second period. Atlanta leads 1-0. Shot from the right side, blocked in front. The rebound to Bruder, hits the outside of the cage. Borzek behind Hyder, handles the puck, quickly evades the forecheck of Bruder. Young takes it on the move, has Jarvis cross ice. From the left wing, Jarvis looking, he'll go around the net. Staying on his forehand, Jarvis loses a hand on the puck as it's taken away by Falmer. Drop pass makes its way to Kodzi. He'll burrow his way to the end wall. Kodzi, left wing now. Drops it deeper to Bruder behind the net. Bruder trying to escape Conroy, make that Jarvis. Centers, hits a skate, and ends up going to Young. Now Orzek. Filters through the neutral zone. He'll launch it down to the right of Gillies and get off to complete a line change. 7:30 left in the second period. Solar Bears rip at the length of the ice. No icing as Hyder comes out to play. Able to find Conroy, who evades a check. Chips it to O'Brien. He's immediately pressured. Somehow he escapes from the pile. O'Brien has Nolan on the right wing. Ryan Nolan in with speed, delays and centers. Touch shot from Conroy just goes wide, but he does draw a penalty with 7:08 to go in the second. Hooking is going to be the call. We'll see who takes a seat. Looks like they're going to get Milo Rollins. And the Gladiators will look to add to their lead on the Eco Electric Power Play when we come back to Orlando after this from our local partners.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery, tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Need to build a professional brand? Alpha Graphics delivers with stunning signage, graphics, and marketing materials that are exactly what you need to earn clients' trust. Alpha Graphics. Bring your brand to life.
Gladiators to their third power play of the day. They are 1 for 2 so far. Alex Young scores in the early going of the second period on the man advantage. That is the difference so far. Walter, top of the right circle, distributes to the goal line for O'Brien. He'll put it up top for Nychuk, who shoots. Glove save, Gillies. And he will freeze 10 seconds into the Gladiator power play. So before we left, Milo Rollins gets called for hooking. And he's put the Gladiators on their third power play of the day. Young will take the face-off against Newkirk on the far circle. Young wins it. Nychuk from the line has Walter top the right circle. He'll shoot. Gillies absorbs it for another stop. Whistle blown 16 seconds into the power play. Shot count is now even. Make that Gladiators at the lead, 15-14 in terms of the shot count. Gladiators were outshot 10-5 at the end of the first period. They've outshot the Solar Bears 10-4 so far here in the second. They win another face-off. Walter, right circle again, shoots, that's blocked. Rebound comes to Kirsten. He'll skate it out. Short-handed, working down the left wing, digs his way deep, able to shave off some time. Gladiators pin him up the end wall and strip the puck away. And they look to find their way back into the Orlando zone here with 1:19 left on the power play. On the right wing, Sylvester checked into the boards. Puck is fished out of his grasp and twisted back down near Hyder. Nychuk motors through the neutral zone as Sylvester right wing will put it on goal. Wanted a tip from Nychuk, but ends up rolling in on Gillies. And he will stop time again with 59 seconds left on the Eco Electric power play. Looks like the second power play unit will come on for Atlanta. Cipollone, Nolan, Francis, Mateer, and McNamee. Gladiators win another face-off. Mateer from the right point has Francis. The wall. Quickly back up top. Mateer takes a shot. His stick breaks. Puck will go behind the net. Mateer's got a new twig. Nolan finds him at the line. Mateer looking again. Finds Nolan at the top of the left circle. Back to Mateer. Feeds it right wing for Francis. He'll hold. Toe drag shot. Kick save. The rebound loose. McNamee tries to punch it in, but Gillies keeps it out. Mateer keeps it alive at the line. Feeds it to the left circle for Nolan. He'll go to the end wall. Nolan put it back up top to Mateer. Cross ice Francis from the right point sets up Mateer for a bomb. That goes wide. 15 seconds left on the power play as Francis is pestered at the right point, and Orlando is able to drive him out to center. Maybe one last chance for the Gladiators on the power play. Here's Mateer from the left wing. Snapshot's blocked. Puck will go to the end wall. McNamee is there. He is dislodged from the puck. Britt gets the job done. Rollins out of the box as Orlando ices the puck. So Atlanta now 1 for 3 on the power play today. 5 minutes left in the second period. It remains a 1-0 Gladiator lead. There's good things happening on that power play for the Gladiators. Good puck movement. Maybe they could have shot the puck a little bit more, but all in all, a lot to like on that man advantage for Atlanta, but they did not score on it, and the margin remains 1. 5-on-5 action. Puck goes into the far corner of the Orlando zone. 3 Gladiators, 3 Solar Bears are there. Puck leaks free. Through center come the Solar Bears. Bird tries to shimmy down the right wing. He gets stuffed by Carabia. Massive check on the near boards. Bird goes to the bench. Denemy takes it in stride. Down the right wing, pulls up and centers. Puck leaps over the stick of Conroy, who was trailing. Solar Bears muscle it to their own line and out to center, where it's picked free by Burns. Orzek now scrambling down the right wing, able to sidestep a check and burrow his way in deep. Scardino working in tandem, sees the puck leap into the air and out of play with 4:08 left in the second. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. Gladiators have the lead 1-0 off of Alex Young's 12th of the year. Coming on the power play. Back in the opening 4 minutes of the second. Atlanta has outshot Orlando 18-15 to this point. Second period action resumes when we come back to the Sunshine State.
It's game day and Bucky's ready for action. From the moment he pulls up, it's all smiles, high fives, and Beaver Toyota pride. A quick stop for snacks and he's game ready. The energy in the arena starts to build because when Beaver Toyota and the Gladiators team up, The fun and excitement never stop. Catch Bucky at the next Gladiators game or visit us anytime at beavertoyotacoming.com.
Life's too short for ordinary whiskey. Make it infamous. Now available at Mega Package Store, 2820 Lawrenceville, Sewanee, Oregon, 4 miles from Gas South Arena.
Face off to the right of Gillies. First line out there as Young wins the face off. Chuck at the left point takes a shot. Save made. Gillies able to reel in the rebound with 4:02 left in the second period. Gladiators have taken plenty of shots here in the second period. That is their 14th shot of the middle frame. Orlando has only taken 5. Polar Bears win a defensive zone face-off. Lift it through the neutral zone, fighting hard for it. They've got it. Pass to the inside for Bardero, just behind the intended target. Able to work it to the line for a shot by Allen. That is blocked by Nychuk, and he threads it up ice. Wanted Young or Walter, but it ends up going down as an icing with 3:42 to go. There's a 4-man officiating crew here today in Orlando. Referees are Jamie Pavio wearing number 26, Frank Hendrich wearing number 5. Linesmen are Brian Oliver wearing number 86 and Logan Perkowitz wearing number 68. Orlando wins the faceoff to the left of Hyder. Centering feed, broken up, sent to the end wall. Orlando forced to the perimeter as Lucas Savages distributes from the right point. He's able to connect with Garagach. They'll take it to the end wall. Lucas Savages working again there. Polar Bears able to creep free. Bardero cuts to the middle. Gladiators able to swipe it off his stick. As now Sylvester able to jam it through the neutral zone. Lucas Savages forced to track it down as the first line gets off. And the second line comes on. Meanwhile, Orlando back up ice. Newkirk to the inside. He's tripped up, and that'll be a penalty on Atlanta. And the Solar Bears will have a chance to tie this game on the power play with 3:01 left in the second period. Cody Sylvester, the culprit. He gets caught for tripping in the late stages of the second. And so it's time to buckle up. The Gladiators are going to the Beaver, Toyota, and Mazda penalty kill. They are 1 for 1 on it so far today. They will look to make it 2 for 2 and keep this 1-goal lead. Face off to the right of Hyder. Rollins will take it for Orlando. Cipolone for Atlanta. The Gladiator the victor, and they toss it down for an opening clear.
Solar Bears are on the Ballard Systems power play.
So the Bears start from the back end. It is Newkirk who drew the penalty. Quarterbacking things, pestered by Denemy, who's out killing this penalty with Cipolone, Conroy, and Jarvis. So the Bears try and lift it in. Person who tried to attempt that, his stick broke. That was Kirsten. Ends up getting a new twig as the Gladiators take the loose puck and slide it down for a clear. 40 seconds gone by off the penalty to Sylvester. The Solar Bears come flying back in. Kirsten from the right wing. Rolls it up to the left point for Newkirk. Slide it behind Hyder. Puck will be kicked to the far corner by Adams. They'll rotate back up top to Kirsten. Scramble down the right wing from below the circle. Puts it back up top. Quick move into the left point for a shot by Newkirk. And it goes out of play. For a second, Hyder had no idea where that puck was. Looks like it glanced off the stick and went out of the playing area. Everyone in the arena kind of held their breaths. Did it go in? Did it not? But it ended up going the back of the netting behind Hyder. with 1:55 to go in the second and 54 seconds left on the penalty to Sylvester. Coming up next on the Gladiators Broadcast Network at the end of the second period, we will have the second intermission report. We will take a look at what's to come in the third, recap the first 2 periods of play, and take a look at some out-of-town scores. Hill from the line, takes a shot, bounces just wide of Hyder. Gets some traffic on the way. Buck in the far corner now. Nitrick tries to dig it free, but Solar Bears able to hang on. At the line, it's Gill. Feeding right, has an open man. Pass to the inside, picked off by Young. They'll motor to the neutral zone. Into Solar Bears territory, Young in tight. Between the legs, can't get the shot off. As it'll roll in on Gillies, and he will freeze. Alex Young is playing some kind of way today. What a move that would have been. Highlight reel. He pulled that off, but the defenseman trailing made it so he couldn't get the shot off, although between the legs, quite impressive. He heads off to the bench. 21 seconds left on the penalty to Sylvester. Faceoff will be to the right of Gillies. The Gladiators can win this faceoff. They can shave off some more time as Solar Bears are able to win it and start their next charge. Maybe their last on this power play. 10 seconds left on the penalty to Sylvester. Pass inside. Slapper. Stopped by Hyder as Adams crashed the crease. Cipla moves up by shore-handed. Looks to center. Goes through the slot now the other side. Sylvester out of the box. It's another successful penalty kill for the Gladiators. Meanwhile, Newkirk toe drag to the slot. Backhand shot. Hits the leg of Carabia. And goes out of danger. 2-on-1 up ice for the Gladiators. Cipollone with Sylvester. The captain shoots. That goes wide. Good setup by Cipollone, but Sylvester just punches it wide of the cage. Now it's Newkirk with 33 seconds left in the period. Stops on the left wing. Feeds it to Kirsten. Left circle. Tries to cut towards the net. Hyder poke checks it away. Newkirk takes a shot. That's blocked by Carabia. From the left circle, they move it to the trapezoid. 18 seconds left in the period. At the line, pinching is Allen. Drops it to the corner. Pass to the slot. Intercepted by Denemy. The Gladiators wrestle out the center. 7 seconds left in the period. O'Brien with a chance. Cuts in, but it ends with an offside call on the Gladiators with 4.2 seconds left in the second period. The faceoff will be in front of the Gladiators bench. Clock it down. Puck will jumble around and will eventually make its way to Jarvis, but time runs out on the second period. The Gladiators have a 1-0 lead. The difference in this one, a power play goal from Alex Young. Coming 3:52 into the second period. Assists belonging to Jack O'Brien and Chad Nychuk. As Atlanta takes the 1-0 lead heading into the third period. Gladiators heavily outshot the Solar Bears in the second period. They outshoot them 14-7. We'll talk all about it on the second intermission report. Gladiators lead 1-0 after 2 periods of play. I'm Guy Chiarenza here from Orlando. We'll be back in a moment here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how can you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh.
Sometimes life's collisions leave us feeling off balance. But at 100% Chiropractic, we know how to get you back on track.
We don't just straighten you out, we empower you. We educate you on how to get to the root cause and give you a play-by-play strategy on how to get you back to 100%.
We even use lasers.
Lasers!
Our $49 first experience includes a complete set of comprehensive chiropractic x-rays, a fit 3D scan, and your first life-changing adjustment. Visit us and break the ice. Discover the power of chiropractic care at 100%.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Gladiators have a 1-0 lead over the Orlando Solar Bears at Kia Center through 2 periods of play. Lone goal in this contest came on the power play. It was officially scored by Alex Young. 3:52 into the second period, with assists belonging to Jack O'Brien and Chad Nychuk, although I think O'Brien might have gotten a tip on that puck as it's made its way to the back of the net. We shall see, but for now, the verdict on press row is that the goal does belong to Alex Young, and so that stands. Young's got his 12th goal of the season and his 5th power play goal of the campaign. As this Gladiators power play has finally found a way to get it done. Coming to the matchup, had 1 power play goal in their last 5 games. They found a way to right the ship. They are now 1 for 3 in the power play in today's game as they get that PPG from Young. And Jack O'Brien back on the stat sheet should be no surprise. He has been great for the Gladiators ever since they acquired him in trade with Iowa. Now up to 26 points on the year with 14 goals and 12 assists. And for Chad Nychuk, I mean, what else can you say about him? I mean, he's just had a sensational season. Dare I say underrated throughout the ranks of the ECHL, maybe even pro hockey. Chad Nychuk has had an absolutely outstanding year for the Gladiators this year. Doesn't get that much better when it comes to a puck-moving defenseman. 4 goals, 25 assists, 29 points, 25 assists, and 29 points. Have him at the team lead in that category, and Nychuk now has 1 goal and 4 assists. Make that 1 goal and 3 assists in his last 3, as he has really just taken his game to the next level as of late, and he's 3rd amongst defensemen in plus-minus coming into the day, and he's now 6th amongst defensemen in scoring throughout the course of the league. So he's been a special talent for the Gladiators this season. He is under contract with the Milwaukee Admirals. Played 1 game with Milwaukee earlier in the year, but for the most part, he has been with the Gladiators this year, and we've been very fortunate to have him as he has been excellent for Atlanta this year. But you think about the pieces that came together on that power play for the goal for the Gladiators. You've got Alex Young, who was a acquisition from last year's trade deadline, who has had a great first full season in Atlanta. And then you've got Jack O'Brien factoring in on it. He was a piece that was acquired in a trade from Iowa at the end of the month of December. He has been a great acquisition. Then you've got Nychuk. A little bit of help from Milwaukee. AHL contracted guy. They spent most of the year with the Gladiators. He factors in on that goal as well. So you think about all 3 of those pieces that factor in on that goal. They all come from different places, but they all work together in tandem to make that goal happen. And that's really the way that this Gladiators team has operated this season. Coming to the season, there's about a 50-50 split of guys that were here last year and guys that were new to this season. And as the season has gone on, it's been really fun to watch these guys gel and build chemistry with each other. And hopefully for this Gladiators power play, it starts to round another corner. There have been bumps in the season where the Gladiators have lost guys on that power play. They have to insert new characters onto it, and it takes a lot of time. I would say maybe 7 games or so for new linemen to really become acclimated, guys to really start playing to their fullest extent with their line mates to build that chemistry. Seems like 7 games is that last point where it seems to really happen. Sometimes it happens a lot quicker. Sometimes it happens in 3 games, 4 games, somewhere in between. But it seems like by 7 games, you really know what you're going to get out of guys. You really know how they work together. You know how the unit is able to operate. And so for this Gladiators team, feels like Jack O'Brien, Nolan Orzek, feels like they've really found their way with this Gladiators team at this point since the trade. And for this Gladiators power play, it has had a lot of moving parts. Isaac Walter was gone for a while. Louis Boudon was on it for some time. O'Brien was taken off of it as he went to the All-Star game. And so now you're starting to see guys really solidify their positions on this team. And it's going to be fun to watch as they start to kind of figure it out. But looks like they've really rounded the corner with this power play, which has looked good here today against this Orlando penalty kill. And so look towards the third period. For the Gladiators, they've been known to be, and they are, the best defensive team in the ECHL at this point in the year. Ethan Hyder's put together an outstanding performance here today, stopping 17-17 to this point. But the real story of the second period was the way the Gladiators kind of flipped this game on its heels. It wasn't the most exciting second period, wasn't super flashy, but they found a way to turn the tides of this game and really start to control it with the way that they were structured and the way that they played. And that was emphasized in the shot count in the second period. Gladiators were outshot 10-5 at the end of the first period. They outshoot the Solar Bears 14-7 in the second period, and they have now outshot them to this point 19-7. So that had become a common trend throughout the course of the season where the Gladiators would have a bit of a slow first period, wouldn't put up a lot of shots in the opening frame, but they would rally, have a great second period, score goals, take the lead, whatever they were going to end up doing, and then they cap games off with a big third period and do enough, or what they needed to do, to win the game, scoring-wise or defensively. And so this is kind of emphasized by the stat where the Gladiators, when outshot after one, are 13-6 entering today's game. The Gladiators have been outshot after one period more often than they've outshot their opponent after one. But you look at the figure in the second period, the Gladiators are 14-1 when they outshoot their opponent after two periods of play. And they are 4-1 when doing so on the road. So that formula for the Gladiators has worked throughout the course of the season. Not the most interesting first periods. They feel out their opponent. They find out how to combat that. Big second period, take the lead, score some goals, and they add to that or keep things in their favor defensively in the third period. And more times than not, they find a way to win the game based off of that formula. We'll see if they can get it done again here today with another big third period here in Orlando. The margin is just one, so we'll talk about what the Gladiators need to do to keep the Solar Bears off the board and get back on the board themselves, to give themselves a little bit of insurance as they look for their 24th victory of the season. We'll also take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here today as we'll see what's going on a busy Sunday in the ECHL. All that coming up on the other side of the break, as this is the second intermission report from Kia Center, when the Gladiators have a 1-0 lead over the Orlando Solar Bears. We are back after this from our local partners.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how can you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh.
Sometimes life's collisions leave us feeling off balance. But at 100% Chiropractic, we know how to get you back on track.
We don't just straighten you out, we empower you. We educate you on how to get to the root cause and give you a play-by-play strategy on how to get you back to 100%.
We even use lasers.
Lasers!
Our $49 first experience includes a complete set of comprehensive chiropractic x-rays, a fit 3D scan, and your first life-changing adjustment. Visit us and break the ice. Discover the power of chiropractic care at 100%.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
We are approaching third period action here in Central Florida. Gladiators have a 1-0 lead over the Solar Bears after 2 periods of play. Scoreless first period brought us to a second period where the Gladiators score on the power play. 3 minutes and 52 seconds into the middle frame from Alex Young, assisted by Jack O'Brien and Chad Nychuk. That is the only goal of this game so far. And so the Gladiators are in the driver's seat, but the margin is only 1. And you have to think that they'd like to add to that lead here in the third period and give themselves a little bit of insurance as they look to pick up win number 24 on the campaign. As a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard will tell us that the Florida Everblades have a 2-1 lead over the South Carolina Stingrays about midway through the second period of that game. Florida currently in first place in the South Division, South Carolina behind them in second, but for the Gladiators, if they win here today and a South Carolina loss can inch closer to that second seed in the division. They can't quite catch up to South Carolina here today as the Stingrays are 4 points ahead of the Gladiators in the standings, but they can make that margin 2 with a win here for their second game of the back-to-back against the Solar Bears tomorrow, which will happen Monday night here at Kia Center. So we look ahead to the third period. First 2 periods have only produced 1 goal. That is, at its core, Gladiators hockey. Gladiators hockey, not the flashiest in the world, not the most exciting, but it starts between the pipes. Ethan Hyder has been sensational here today. He has given the Gladiators every chance to win this game, and you have to think he'll continue that in the third. From the Gladiators goaltending, it then goes to their structure and their defense. They've done a great job structurally and defensively in this game, and really throughout the course of the season, that's why they're the best defensive team in the ECHL. If we see more of what we saw defensively and goaltending-wise from Hyder and this Gladiators team in the third period from what we saw in the first 2 periods, the Gladiators are going to be A-okay. But again, all it takes is one bounce, one knuckle puck to end up in the back of the net, and this game is tied. So for the Gladiators, they'd like to find a way to get back on the board, and the good thing for them is they have some things working in their favor. The Gladiators have outscored their opponents 34-21 in the third period this season. That plus 13 goal differential is their best out of any period this season. Meanwhile, for Orlando, the third period has been their worst this season. The Solar Bears have outscored their opponents 40-36, but the Solar Bears have the least amount of goals in the third period, and they give up the most amount of goals this season in the third period with 36 goals against. Watch for this game to maybe blow open a little bit here in the third period. If the Gladiators can get a chance to score, they will, but look for Atlanta to keep its defensive structure here in the third period as a priority, as Atlanta is, statistically, the best defensive team in the ECHL. The Gladiators win leading after 2 periods of play this season, are 17-0. The Solar Bears win trailing after 2, are 0-17-2. The stats are working in the Gladiators' favor, but the Gladiators going to have to earn it. This is not your Solar Bears team from the opening stages of the year. It's not the same team that went on an 11-game losing streak. This is a Solar Bears team that is hungry and fighting for the final playoff spot in the South, and they are certainly not going to back away from potential 2 points here on home ice. Gladiators looking to snatch it from them here in a Sunday showdown. We are back for third period action after this from our local sponsors.
It's game day and Bucky's ready for action. From the moment he pulls up, it's all smiles, high fives, and Beaver Toyota pride. A quick stop for snacks and he's game ready. The energy in the arena starts to build because when Beaver Toyota and the Gladiators team up, the fun and excitement never stop. Catch Bucky at the next Gladiators game or visit us anytime at beavertoyotacoming.com.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Need to build a professional brand? Alpha Graphics delivers with stunning signage, graphics, and marketing materials that are exactly what you need to earn clients' trust. Alpha Graphics. Bring your brand to life.
Life's too short for ordinary whiskey. Make it infamous. Now available at Mega Package Store, 2820 Lawrenceville, Sewanee, Oregon, 4 miles from Gas South Arena.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
We are all ready and fired up for an exciting finish here in Orlando. Third period right around the corner. Gladiators with a 1-0 lead through 2 periods. Trying to find a way to close this one out in enemy territory and move to 1-0-1 at the start of their longest road trip of the year. It's not going to be easy. This Orlando team has put up quite the fight here today. Defensive battle here so far. Gladiators with the lead thanks to a power play goal. Orlando, the 5th most undisciplined team in the ECHL, going up against the Gladiators, who are the 2nd most disciplined team in the ECHL themselves. Have to think that the Gladiators might have some cracks on the power play here in the 3rd period. If they get them, they have to make the most of their opportunities. And special teams have been the difference so far here today. Ethan Heyer has put on a show. He has topped 17 of 17 to this point. John Gillies, no slouch in his own regard, 18 of 19 to this point. As we'll see who has the upper hand at the end of regulation. For now, the Gladiators have the lead. Puck is dropped. Gladiators win the face-off. Arabi will control as we are back to action for the 3rd period. Gladiators trying to come barging in on the right side, wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers and Gladiator gold trim. They skate from left to right here in the 3rd. Solar Bears wearing purple with white and orange. Skate from right to left as Orlando pounds the puck down, end up icing that puck. And so Gladiators will have an offensive zone face-off near John Gillies. Face off to the left of Gillies. 3rd line on the ice, Cipollone, Francis, and Lind. Blue liners are Carabia and Conroy. Cipollone wins the face-off. Lind, a snapshot save made. Gillies, they'll swipe it out to the neutral zone where Carabia will track it down. Good play that they drew up there on that face-off victory. An even better save from Gillies. Solar Bears drop it down and another icing on Orlando. So here in the early stages of the 3rd period, we'll watch to see which team has the upper hand when it comes to momentum, shot taking, and overall offensive zone time. For the Gladiators, you'd like to get that insurance goal, though they've proven in the past that they don't necessarily need it. Although in a 1-0 game, I have to figure they'd like to make it 2-zip. Gladiators win the face-off. They punch it down to the end wall. Gill has plans of escaping, but Denemy thwarts those plans for now. Has him bottled up in the left corner. Puck shaken down. Denemy bobbles it. Able to slip it down deeper for a setup chance to Burns. Puck is knifed away from his stick, and now Luchuk will rumble out to center. Gladiators able to squash him off the puck as Batir will handle in his own end. Stretches it to Nychuk, in on the left side. They'll whack the puck off the corner wall and head off for a line change. Orlando fishes the puck free. They'll look to break out. Bardero finds Schwaggy on the right wing. They'll tap it down to Hyder. We'll play it to Orzek. Has Walter on the move. Spent 4 games with Milwaukee earlier this year. Moves in tandem with Sylvester. Off the wall has Walter back on it in the near corner. Walter on his forehand. Knocks it to the far side. And we've got a penalty on Orlando as it's high sticking on the Solar Bears. And the Gladiators will get a chance to extend their lead on the power play. So this is what Ballmer in the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. This is what I was talking about during the second intermission report. This is an undisciplined Orlando team. Thought that the Gladiators might get at least one more crack at the power play here in the third period. Well, here you go. This is their 4th of the day. They are 1 for 3 so far. Face off on the near circle. First unit out there. Draws one by Orlando, and ripping it all the way down is Gill for an Orlando clear.
2 minutes for high sticking at 1:49.
O'Brien will lead the charge. Out of his own end as Walter in flight. Drops it off on the right wing for Sylvester. Drive it below the goal line. Young on the far corner has it. Quickly to Walter. Stuff attempt. He scores! Isaac Walter ran out of real estate, but it's no problem. Puts it top shelf. And the Gladiators, with another power play goal, have taken a 2-0 lead. Isaac Walter in close quarters has his 15th goal of the year and goals in back-to-back games. Atlanta by 2. Oh, what a play from Walter. Really had no room to roam in front, and he's able to stuff it top shelf. It's another PPG for the Gladiators. That goal is scored 2:19 into the third. And the Gladiators have got that insurance goal. Solar Bears trying to get that one back. They smack a shot off the left pad of Hyder. Young and O'Brien get the assists on Walter's 15th of the year. Now leads the team in that category. Multi-point day for Jack O'Brien. And Alex Young as well. Gladiators weasel their way in deep. Orlando able to take it through the neutral zone. Bruder from the left wing swipes it into the corner. Solar Bears knock it to the right wing now. Is creeping down is Garagach. Behind the net on his forehand. Forced to the outside by Carabia. Play held in at the line by the Solar Bears, but the Gladiators intercept and toss it out to neutral ice. Gladiators from their own ends, trying to weasel their way out. Francis and Cipollone from the right wing can't quite muscle out, and extra effort from Francis gets there. Tries to swerve through the neutral zone, stuffed in front of the Orlando bench. Solar Bears with the takeaway as Kirsten from the right wing gets leveled by Jarvis. Oh, what a hit! And now tempers flare. Jarvis in a fight with Gill. Gill's got him wrapped up. Jarvis trying to get a couple of swings in. Gill with an uppercut. Jarvis hanging on, set down. What a crunch from Andrew Jarvis. Gill took offense to it. Can't fault him for that. Jarvis not going to back down from a fight. Goes toe-to-toe with Gill. And they get a couple of good shots in, but overall, mostly a bear hug. And here is the tail of the tape. Dylan Gill, 6'3", 199. Andrew Jarvis, 5'9", 181. Safe to say, he held his own. Andrew Jarvis is a tough customer. 5 to fighting for each. And both teams are down one of their better defensemen. Face-off will be at the top of the Gladiator blue line. Cipollone will take the draw against Rollins. So we still stay 5 aside. Gladiators get the power play goal from Walter, followed up with a fight from Jarvis. And this game has gotten a whole lot more interesting here in the third. Francis throws a reverse check on Falmer. Puck loose on the near boards. Gladiators looking to keep possession here. Solar Bears fighting for it. They'll slap it into the corner. Luchuk can't get there in time. Gladiators keep it away from him. Big check from Adams on the end wall. Strips Orzek from the puck. Shot from the line by Schmaggy. Fought off by Hyder. Will trickle back into the near corner. Adams will hunt it down. Nychuk defending. Puck creeps behind him. Cipollone able to fish it free. Pushes it back into the pile. When Nychuk quickly locates Lind. Backhands it to Orzek on the far wall. We'll get it to Lind up ice. Lind motoring through neutral zone. Comes barreling in on the left side. Lind on the forehand, trying to do it all. His line mates in the midst of the change behind him. Ends up losing the puck as Orlando squirms out to center. Solar Bears come in. Linton pulls up, takes a shot, blocked in front of Hyder. Gladiators maneuver out to the neutral zone. Scardina has it from the left circle. He shoots, save made. Gillies pounces on the rebound with Scardina in the vicinity. He stops time. 5 minutes and 36 seconds into the third. Both Gladiators' power play goals here today were scored in the opening 4 minutes, both the second and third periods. The goal from Walter on the power play came 2:19 into period 3. Gladiators still on the attack from the goal line. The enemy fights for it, working on the wall, and looks like we've got a penalty here. Tripping is the call. And it looks like it's going to go on Atlanta. So they get Denemy for tripping. 14-15 left in the third, and Orlando will have a chance to cut into this 2-goal Gladiator lead. Gladiators are 2 for 2 on the PK so far today. We'll look to make it 3 for 3 and keep this 2-goal lead. Face off to the right of Hyder. Cipollone will take it out there with Burns, Matier, and Conroy as they win the face-off. Matier's able to mail it down. Orlando forced to start this power play from the back end. Right down the middle is Kirsten. One-on-one, he scores! Bang, bang play through the neutral zone. Set up a one-on-one between Kirsten and Hyder. Got denied earlier in the game. This time he doesn't miss. Power play goal for Orlando. And they have tied it, they have made it a 2-1 game. Every goal in today's game has been a power play goal. For Kirsten, he's got his 17th of the year. He now leads the team in that category, 37th points. And his third power play goal of the year has made it a 1-goal Atlanta lead at 2-1. Bird from center, looks up ice. Loses the puck to Alex Young. He's in on the left side, snapshot just wide of Gillies. Gladiators drop it deeper. Players make a change. On the forecheck is Young, as he's able to strip the puck away. Fresh off the bench, Nolan shoots, save Gillies! Didn't quite think that he had it, but he did, and keep that one in mind, as it's still a one-goal game. Nolan bulldozes his way to the left corner. Smacks it down deeper to McNamee, behind the nets. Rifles it back up top to Orczyk. Quick pass to Nolan. He's able to swerve the puck to McNamee in the left corner. O'Brien is there as well. O'Brien with it. Shuffles it over to McNamee. Quick touch to Mateer. His shot stopped. The rebound is in. O'Brien scores, and Olanda's got his 2-goal lead back. Gladiators now lead 3-1. Mateer took the initial shot. It was stopped, and then O'Brien on red alert, able to put in the rebound. 3-point day for Jack O'Brien. O'Brien's got his 15th of the year, and Atlanta leads 3-1. Lind, in on the left side, pulls up, looking for help. Barely try to keep the play onside, but Eagle Eye linesman has other ideas. They blow the play dead. Gladiators offside, but they've got their lead extended to 2 once more. 12:17 left in the third period. Gladiators lead 3-1. The timeout on the ice will take one as well. We're back in a moment to Kia Center after this.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Kroger's same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and quality you'd find in-store, so you can catch more family time. We'll bring your groceries right to you, satisfaction guaranteed, so you can spend time on what matters most. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This game is blown wide open here in the third period. 2 goals for the Gladiators, 1 for the Solar Bears. The only goal that wasn't scored on a power play came from Jack O'Brien. Most latest goal in this contest. O'Brien picks up his 15th goal of the year. Ties Isaac Walter, who scored earlier on the power play, the team lead in that category. Assisted by Mateer and McNamee. Has given the Gladiators their 2-goal lead back. Solar Bears trying to get that one back. Francis able to muscle out of his own zone. Slides it to the left wing for Cipolo. Driving down the wall. Puck is stripped away from him by Falmer. Now Kodzi with it. Just a rumble through the neutral zone. Gladiators are able to box him off the puck as it triples into the far corner. Kodzi is there for Orlando. Shimmies it to the line. Smaggy across for a shot. Gets deflected wide. The rebound. Pinballs in front of Hyder. And it leaks over to the left wing. Shot by Bruder. Blocked by Carabia. Puck will go into the near corner. 2 Gladiators, 2 Solar Bears will fight it out there. Probing for the puck. Lind looking. Trying to fish it out. It's a lengthy process. Bruder in there as well for Orlando. Arabia now stuck in the middle of it. tries to soccer it free. Gladiators are able to escape with the puck. Conroy through the neutral zone on the left side, cuts to the slot, and the puck is knifed off his stick by Kodzi at the last second. From the far corner, it'll leak up high. Nychuk, quick pass, Conroy in motion, fires off the glove of Gillies and wide. Konzi will scoop it up, rainbow it to the red line. Gladiators come right back in. It's Sylvester. From the left wing, pulls up, finds Nychuk, higher along the wall. Now Scardina turns and shoots, kicked away by Gillies. 10 minutes left in the third period. Gladiators lead by 2. Solar Bears are stuffed on their zone entry. Mateer will fling it the length of the ice, and it's an icing on Atlanta with 9:42 to go. The big story here today has been special teams. The Gladiators have 2 power play goals here today, and the Solar Bears have scored their lone goal on the power play. And again, the only goal that was scored 5-on-5 came from Jack O'Brien. 7:26 into the third period. Here is Kirsten, backhand chance off the face-off win. Hyder is able to absorb that. Get another whistle with 9:38 to go. And Kirsten has been dangerous here today. Easily has been Orlando's best player, but despite him scoring here today, the Gladiators have the lead 3-1. 9:38 left in the third. We are back to Orlando after this from our local partners.
It's game day and Bucky's ready for action. From the moment he pulls up, it's all smiles, high fives, and Beaver Toyota pride. A quick stop for snacks and he's game ready. The energy in the arena starts to build because when Beaver Toyota and the Gladiators team up, the fun and excitement never stop. Catch Bucky at the next Gladiators game or visit us anytime at beavertoyotacoming.com.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Gladiators lead 3-1. 9:38 to go in the third. Face-off to resume action will be to the right of Ethan Hyder. Alex Young will take this face-off against Reese Newkirk. Newkirk wins the draw. Gladiators try and power out as Nolan takes it in at center circle. Pass a bit behind, so couldn't get clean possession. Orlando is able to pick up the loose puck and move up ice. Bird from the right wing takes the shot. That's punched away by Hyder. Rebound comes to Nolan. He'll skate it to his own blue line where it's scrubbed off his stick. Moving up ice is Bird. Drops it off, takes the return feed and shoots. Hyder able to kick it away. Now Kirsten climbs up to the right point. O'Brien pestering him. McNamee in the area as well. Another board battle ensues as time dwindles off the clock. Under 9 minutes left in the third. Up ice is O'Brien. 2-on-1, toe drag shot. He scores! O'Brien's got another! And Atlanta leads 4-1. Jack O'Brien has been a monster acquisition for this Gladiators team. He's got another goal today. And Atlanta has a 3-goal lead, the biggest of the day. Goal comes with 8:51 left in the third, and somehow, some way, there was a board battle right at the Gladiators' blue line. O'Brien's able to escape. He's off to the races. 2-on-1 up ice, keeps it himself. Toe drag from the left circle. He's got his second of the day, making a 4-1 Gladiator lead. And you might have to check that first goal. He was in front of the net on the Young power play goal. He might have tipped it We'll have to see if it ends up being a scoring change. He could have a hat trick today. Who knows? But for now, it's 2 on the day for O'Brien. And the Gladiators have a healthy 3-goal lead. Orlando looking to have something to say about it. Bardero behind the net, centers to the slot, pinballs around. Gladiators strip it free. Francis able to outlet to the neutral zone as the Gladiators escape any more danger. Last 2 goals of the game belong to Jack O'Brien. That one unassisted. Able to win that board battle and just jet towards the net. Get his second of the game. Now leads the team in goals with 16. Here's Mickey Burns on the right wing, centering for Scardina. He'll pull up on the left wing, floated across where it hits a couple of Solar Bear sticks, and they're able to weasel out the center. Schmaggy on the left wing drops it off for a shot by Rollins. That's gloved up by Hyder with 7:28 to play. Things are looking good for the Gladiators right now as they have outshot the Solar Bears 27-25. They've got 3 goals here in the third period, 2 of them belonging to Jack O'Brien. As they look to close this one out now, just 7:28 left in the third. Scardina chips it up to Denemy on the near side. Burns will take it in at the Orlando line. Throws down Smaggy, sends it down low. Pass up high to Nychuk. They rotate to Mateer. He'll shoot. That's blocked. And the Solar Bears twist it out to center. Mickey Burns just steamrolled a Solar Bear. Just flattened him to set up that play. He'll it off to a bench, but a good shift for number 7. As Orlando has iced the puck, and we'll see another face-off near Gillies. The rematch tomorrow night here at Kia Center. Puck drop at 7 p.m. 6:40 pregame show for you on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. Gladiators and the Solar Bears battle one more time before Atlanta heads off to South Florida for a 3-game slate with the Everblades. Atlanta wins the offensive zone face-off. Solar Bears able to strip it away from Mateer. Britt off the wall, looking for Adams. Taken away by Walter at center circle, and he'll slide it down to Gillies as more time drains off the clock. Another big third period for the Atlanta Gladiators. Has them up by 3. Centering feed from Kirsten, away from the intended target in Newkirk. Orzek trying to run out on the right wing, ends up getting stood up, but the puck does make its way to neutral ice. Falling down is Young, puck and taken back in by Gill and company. Shot by Newkirk from the right wing, hits a body and goes wide. Loose puck, stretched up to McNamee. He's on the breakaway. McNamee shoots, stopped by Gillies. Tried to go 5-hole, but it was rejected. Now O'Brien off the left wing wall, tries to cut between the circles. Puck is rubbed off his stick for now, though he fights on the forecheck to get it back. Nolan and O'Brien working in the near corner. The puck goes behind the cage. Will eventually be handed by Gill. Toss to the line where it's held in by Conroy. From glove to stick, finds O'Brien. From the right wing, plays it up top. Nolan to Conroy. From the left wing, he'll gather it. Shiftily, able to evade the pressure. Puts it into open space on the right wing. Solar Bears scoop it up. Jump it to the line. It'll be handled by Flinton, and the Solar Bears will control. 5:15 left in the third period. Orlando rifles it into Gladiator ice. Lind will collect for Atlanta. Moving up ice, he'll go down the middle. Bounce to the left wing. Lind looks to center. It's the skate of Schmaggy. Gladiators get it back at the left point. Cipolo turns and shoots. Out in front is Lind. Gillies makes the save, and he hangs on with 4:53 to play. Gladiators with a healthy 4-1 lead here late in the third period. See if they can close this one out on the other side of the break with 4:53 to play.
than just cookies.
Desserts now in rotation.
Life's too short for ordinary whiskey. Make it infamous. Now available at Mega Package Store, 2820 Lawrenceville, Sewanee Ward, 4 miles from Gas South Arena.
Back to live action. Gladiators win the face-off in Orlando territory. Lind from the far corner gets to work, tries to shrug off 2 Solar Bears. Francis getting in there to help out as well. Cipollone in the vicinity too. Francis wins that sparring match, gets it to the line, but Chuck will retreat out to the neutral zone. Cipollone comes barreling back in. Side steps to the right circle. Shot hits iron and stays out. Well, that would have been highlight reel from Cipollone with the nifty move to take that shot, but it hits the post and stays out. Lynn tries to set him up for a one-timer, but it hits the stick and goes down to the neutral zone. 4:10 left in the third period. Francis has it in the neutral zone. Good stick handling from Francis. He'll scoot it back to Mateer. Shuffle it D to D to Nychuk. He gains the red line and wires it into the near corner of the Orlando zone. Be collected by Britt. Orlando running out of time. Streaking down the left wing. Newkirk is bottled up by Orzek. Great defensive stand on the near wall. He'll carry it out to center and distribute to Scardina. Scardina niftily down the right wing. Cuts to the slot, although it is eventually scrubbed off his stick. It'll jumble to the line. Orzek calls it in. Wraps it around the boards to Scardina in the near corner. The pick play to Denemy. Has Jarvis at the left point. Jarvis shoots, looking for a tip from Burns in front. It's fought off by Gillies, and the Solar Bears will clear. 3:08 left in the third period. Jarvis wheels it down the left wing and in. He'll head off to the bench. Meanwhile, Young creates a turnover. Drifting right. Young centers, pinballs around, wanted Sylvester. Didn't quite get him. The Gladiators do draw a penalty with 2:52 to go. Penalty goes against Orlando. Gill in the box. Hooking the call. Gladiators back to the Eco-Electric power play. They've scored twice on the man advantage here today. They are 2 for 4. And they will look to make it one more on the board. Sylvester shoots, shoulder save. Gillies, puck sent out of play. 2:45 left on the clock. Gladiators look to go 3 for 5 on the power play here today. What has been an excellent day for the power play. And has really been the key for the Gladiators as we roll to the home stretch in this one. They win the face-off. Nychuk to Sylvester, one-time bomb, fought off by Gillies. Puck goes into the air. Young able to reel it in. Has Nychuk walking across the line. Back to Young, left circle shot. That's blocked and cleared by Britt. 2 power play goals here today. The Gladiators have tied their single game season high for most power play goals in a game. Young from the left circle throws it across to Sylvester. From the right wing half wall, scans the ice, finds Walter right circle. Drops it down low to O'Brien. Back to Sylvester. Glaring attempt held in at the line by Nychuk. Sylvester, right circle. Looks back to Nychuk. has Young left circle, fans on the one-timer. Puck will go behind the Orlando net. 57 seconds left on the power play. Players bundle together in the near corner. Gladiators trying to yank the puck free, and they do. Sylvester quickly to Nychuk. He'll drift left and shoot. Soft shot turned away by Gillies. Players come together in the far corner. Young from his knees trying to distribute. Orlando is able to strip it free. Eventually the puck will roll in on Gillies with 1:22 to play. I'm interested to see if the Gladiators continue to press here in the third, if they'll just watch the time go out. As for the Solar Bears, this one might be too far out of reach, and it'll be interesting to see if they go back to Gillies tomorrow on the back-to-back, or if they'll turn to one of their other two netminders that they have on their roster. As McNamee takes it into the left wing, pinball shot turned away by Gillies. It's here at the line, throws it across to McNamee. From the left point, he shoots, fought off by Gillies. The rebound to Mateer. He'll smack it into the left corner. Nolan is there, feeds it up top. Mateer unloads wide of the mark. Into the final minute of the third period, Orlando clears one last time as Gill is out of the box. And Orlando is back to even strength. McNamee wiggles his way down the left wing. Solar Bears meet the puck at their own end wall. Angle it off the far glass and out to Atlanta territory. Clinton loses it to Carabia. Puck loose on the near wall now. Nolan is there for Atlanta. Out of the pile come Orlando. Shot fired wide. 20 seconds left in the third. Bouncing puck in the far corner. Shot from there. Directed out of play by Hyder with 14.2 left in the third. So with this win, the Gladiators are going to move to 24-9-1 on the season. And the Solar Bears will drop to 15-24-1. Gladiators, pending a South Carolina loss, can pull within 2 points of second place in the division. South Carolina currently losing to Florida 3-2 with about 13.5 minutes left in the third. Meanwhile, Orlando with it one last time. 8 seconds to go. They shoot, fought off by Hyder. Rebound goes below the goal line. And that will be all from Central Florida. The Gladiators strike twice on the power play and win big 4-1 at Kia Center to improve to 24-9-1. Gladiators get the job done on the road to pick up their 10th road win of the season. Atlanta now 10-6-1 away from Gas South Arena. And Ethan Hyder has his 13th win of the season. He is now 13-4 as the Gladiators starter. And Atlanta is back in business. Points in 4 straight games. They take this one here in Orlando with a final score of 4-1. Power play ties a single game season high with 2 goals here in today's game. And Jack O'Brien ends up with a 4-point day. He factors in on every single Gladiators goal. 2 goals, 2 assists. Big day for number 19 in white. We'll talk all about it on the Gladiators postgame show when we come back to Orlando to wrap this one up from enemy territory. Gladiators 4, Solar Bears 1. Stick around, we'll recap this one and look ahead to tomorrow night in the rematch between the Gladiators and the Solar Bears. All that coming up in 30 seconds on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
It's game day and Bucky's ready for action. From the moment he pulls up, it's all smiles, high fives, and Beaver Toyota pride. A quick stop for snacks and he's game ready. The energy in the arena starts to build because when Beaver Toyota and the Gladiators team up, the fun and excitement never stop. Catch Bucky Bucky at the next Gladiators game or visit us anytime at beavertoyotacoming.com.
Gladiators are now 1-0-1 on their 7-game road trip so far. They've got points in 4 straight games, and they win this one 4-1 in Orlando over the Solar Bears. Guy Chiarenza with you here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network for the postgame show from Kia Center. It was a big day for the Gladiators, and it started off exactly how the Gladiators like things to go. Scoreless first period. Not the first time we've seen that happen before. Gladiators then get into their groove in the second period. According to the second period surge, you get one in the middle frame from Alex Young. He starts the scoring on the power play. 3:52 into the second period. Jack O'Brien and Chad and Nychuk, and it feels like, I have to check that goal after the game, but it feels like O'Brien was in front of the net, might have gotten a stick on that puck before it ended in the back of the net. If he did, it's a hat trick for O'Brien today, but as of right now, the goal does belong to Alex Young. We will call it as such, and Young has his 12th of the year on the opening goal of the day. Gladiators had a 1-0 lead through 2 periods of play, and it felt like, while the game was a bounce away from being tied, it felt like the Gladiators were in the driver's seat. Again, this is a formula that we've seen them follow through much of the year. Scoreless first period. Now they've had 11 scoreless first periods in 34 games this season. So you think about 1 in every 3 Gladiators games has a scoreless first period. Second period, the Gladiators get back to their defensive structure. They're able to get good goaltending from Ethan Hyder. From their defensive structure, the offense starts to flow, and the power play finally breaks the schneid. Coming into the game, the Gladiators had just 1 power play goal in their last 5 games. They ended up getting 2 here today, as the second comes off the stick of Isaac Walter. That goal comes 2:19 into the third period, as Alex Young and Jack O'Brien get the assists on Walter's 15th goal of the season. And for Isaac Walter, he's such a strong player. He's able to just emerge from the far corner. Didn't have a lot of real estate in tight in front of Gillies, but somehow, some way, he's able to throw the puck upstairs. 2-0's your score early in the third period. But the Solar Bears get a chance on the power play themselves, and they score, as it is Spencer Kirsten taking it right down the middle and scoring one-on-one with Ethan Hyder to make it a 2-1 game. And so, from that point, felt like Orlando had some momentum. How will the Gladiators respond? Jack O'Brien takes the bull by the horns, and he fires into himself to make it a 4-1 final. O'Brien's first goal comes 7:26 into the third period from Mateer and McNamee. It's just a simple play where the Gladiators threw a puck on net. Good shot from Mateer after McNamee was able to sauce it up to him from below the goal line. And then O'Brien crashes the crease, is able to fire in the rebounds, make it a 3-1 game. And then on his second goal, somehow, some way, he's able to just slither away from a board battle at his own blue line. He's off to the races, 2-on-1 up ice, and he ends up getting the job done himself, puts it upstairs for the score. His 16th of the season, he now leads the team in the goal-scoring category. And that makes it a 4-1 final. Gladiators scored 2 power play goals, and Jack O'Brien has a 4-point day. 2 goals, 2 assists for Jack O'Brien. That ties a single game high for a Gladiators skater in points in a single game. Ties Kaylin Lind, who did it in this building back on October 23rd with 4 assists, and Louis Boudon, who did it with, I believe, a goal and 3 assists in a 7-2 win against Jacksonville on December 5th. And so all 3 of those 4-point performances have come on the road, 2 of them in this building. Jack O'Brien, the latest benefactor of it, and O'Brien did have a 5-point day when he was a member of the Iowa Heartlanders earlier this year, so it is not a single game high for O'Brien, but pretty darn close. He was all over this game, his fingerprints all over this win for the Gladiators as they take this one 4-1. Another thing of note, the shot count by period. Orlando came out, and they came out guns a-blazing in the first period. They outshot the Gladiators 7-1 at one point in time. They outshot them 10-5 after 1 period of play, but the Gladiators did not waver. Scoreless first period, they take it to the second, and then really once Hyder was able to shut down that one-on-one with Kirsten, felt like things really changed in the Gladiators' favor. And ever since then, it was really Atlanta's game. And the power play goal from Alex Young really solidified that. The Gladiators had control. They ended up outshooting the Solar Bears 14-7 in the second period. And things don't really get all that much better for Orlando as the night goes on because the Gladiators outshoot them 15-9 in the third period. So their overall shot count total, Atlanta 34 and Orlando 27. Again, Orlando had the beat on the Gladiators a step ahead in their chances to start the game, but the Gladiators weathered the storm and took control of the game as they do so time and time again, so often, and they were able to escape the opening moments of the first period and turn this game into their own, and they end up skating out of the building with a 4-1 victory over the Solar Bears here today. The rematch tomorrow night, 7 o'clock puck drop, 6:40 pregame show. We'll have it all for you on the Gladiators Broadcast Network here on Flow Hockey and YouTube. Special teams battle won by Atlanta. Gladiators go 2 for 5 on the power play and 2 for 3 on the penalty kill. Those power play goals do play a big factor in this win, but the hero for Atlanta here today is Jack O'Brien. He is the first star of the game with two goals and 2 assists. Alex Young had a goal and an assist. He is your second star of the game. And Ethan Hyder quietly put together one of his best performances of the year. He stops 26 of 27, earns his 13th win of the season. And the Gladiators, all in all, are able to improve to 24-9-1 on the season. They have points in 4 straight games. They're up to 49. Before we go, let's take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard to see what's going on in South Carolina. Looks like the Stingrays and the Everblades are all tied up at 3 with about 7 minutes left in the third. If a South Carolina loss, the Gladiators can pull within 2 points of second place in the division as the Everblades and the Stingrays are all tied up at 3 in the third. So we'll see how that score breaks down. You can watch it for yourself. If you got Flow Hockey, go check that out for yourself. Otherwise, that's going to do it for us here in Orlando here today. Make sure you're back with us again tomorrow night. Again, 7 o'clock puck drop, 6:40 pregame show. We'll have it all for you here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network as Atlanta looks to make it 2 wins in a row and points in 5 straight as Atlanta takes this one by the final score of 4-1. I'm Guy Chiarenza saying good afternoon and so long from Orlando. Thank you to the Solar Bears for their hospitality here today, and thank you to you for watching this presentation of the ECHL. We are back again tomorrow night here from Kia Center.